starting off, we are starting this brand new campaign at 3rd level. We have 5 adventurers, 1 joining us soon. I'm gonna start things off with an introduction to the campaign, and we'll begin. So, deep beneath the surface of the world lies the Underdark, a realm of endless labyrinthian tunnels and caverns where the sun never shines. The Underdark is filled with races and creatures too numerous to count or list. And foremost among these are the Dark Elves, the Drow. Hated and feared even by their fellow dwellers in darkness, the Drow raid other settlements in the Underdark, as well as the surface world, taking prisoners back with them. Rendered unconscious with drow poison, then collared and shackled, these prisoners are eventually sold as slaves for entertainment, servitude, sacrifice, and other dark intentions in the Dark Elven's subterranean cities. This is where our story begins. Captured by the Drow. You wouldn't wish this fate upon anyone, yet here you are, locked in a dark cave, the cold, heavy weight of metal tight around your throat and wrists. But you are not alone. Other prisoners are trapped in here with you, in an underground outpost far from the light of the sun. Your captors include a cruel drow priestess who calls herself Mistress Ilvara of House Mizrim. I'll put that down for you guys, in case anyone wants.
Can you write it down for me?
I got you. Ilvara
Excuse me.
of House Mizrim. Over the past several days, you've met her several times. Robed in silken garments and flanked by 2 male drow, one of whom has a mass of scars along one side of his face and neck. Mistress Ivara likes to impress her will with scourge in hand and remind you that your life now belongs to her. It echoes in your mind her female voice, sort of elegant, condescending, always with proper posture, saying, "Accept your fate, learn to obey, and you may survive." Her words echo in your memory, even as you plot your escape. But escape you must, or else. Currently, you are all in a rather medium-sized cell, carved from stone. Those of you who may have been conscious when you arrived here know that the outpost you are currently at, Velkynelve, hangs high on the rooftop of a cavern carved from mighty stalactites. These upside down triangles that dip from the roof of the cavern have been hollowed out for various different chambers, prison cells, warehouses, barracks, even some living quarters. Currently, you are all crammed together into a very tight chamber, unfortunately, and I will show you that now. So please tell me if you can or cannot see where you currently are.
I can see.
I can, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It is packed.
Okay,
Super cramped.
so
Stuff.
now that our introductions are done, let us actually begin our adventure, not with the subtle hymns of the surface world, but in the ambiance of the Underdark.
Ambiance.
It's dark down here.
So, you are all in the outpost Velkynelve. I will take that for you. This Drow outpost is located high in this cavern, built 100 feet above rocky floor. It consists of a series of caves in the cavern walls and 4 hanging towers, hollowed out stalactites connected by walkways, stairs, and rope bridges. The towers are concealed by thick webs of giant spiders stretched below, so that only the lowermost parts of the stalactites are visible from the cavern floor. You all wake up from your rest after a hard day's labor, as that is your routine. Hard labor with tedious tasks continued day in and day out. The Drow have no sympathy for your well-being, your mental state, or your complaining. And as much as I'm feeding you this information, it is not actually recalled from just your experience. All of this is being said out loud, narratively, by a very interesting and not so sane Darrow with bushy, sharp beards protruding from different sides of his face, either misshaven a long time ago, or maybe that's just the way he likes it. His name is Bopito, and he's a tiny Darrow of gray skin, mostly bald, with his protruding white beard. He recites every morning the circumstances over and over, as if this is his only form of existence, repeating the predicament that you're all in. You all wake up one by one, and I would say, with this, what would you all like to do?
First of all, for my perspective, what is the Darrow?
The Darrow are short, sort of almost gnome-like in a way, creatures of gray skin. They are denizens of the Underdark. Let's see. Alright, just fixing some of the audio. But yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Kind of like Drow dwarfs.
Yeah, in a way. So, now that you've all waken up, preparing for what is going to be another repetitive routine, how do you all start your days in this cramped confines?
I'll wake up, try to find the nearest spot to use the bathroom in.
Mm-hmm. Fortunately for you, you've all been given a pissing pot. Your only luxury.
Yeah. I'll use that while everybody's still somewhat asleep.
Ray might pull some food out of his hair, so he's got food stuck in his hair.
Mm-hmm.
Getting ready for the morning, waiting for the daily chores, I guess.
Okay.
The cow would probably just sit up and just sit up against the wall, looking down, just getting ready for the what happens next.
Okay. So, as you're all waking up, taking your pisses, finding the crumbs that might sustain you for another day, there are many faces in here that make up this sort of chain gang of prisoners. For some context, Um, you have a group of colorful figures that usually keep to themselves. You have, from what you've gathered in your time here, met them all at one point or another and gleaned some things about them. You have, sorry, a pair of deep gnomes called Topsy and Turvy. Topsy and Turvy are twins, or at least that's what they say. Topsy and Turvy um, are brothers and claim to be from a town called Blindenstone, deep within the Underdark. And they say they were captured by the Drow while gathering mushrooms in the tunnels near their home. For those of you, deep gnomes are also known as Sverneblins, but no one really calls them that.
Sounds like a
It
racial slur.
can be, depending on the context.
It's for Netherlands. Okay.
We also have another interesting figure among all of them, because this individual is a drow by the name of Sarith Keskarit. Sarith Keskarit. He is a male drow, sullen and keeps to himself, rebuffing attempts to talk to him, as he believes, though he is a disgraced drow among his people, he is still above all of you in here. You have an orc with thick tusks, barely clinging to any clothes that can fit him. How he got captured, he does not ever say. He speaks only orc, or at the very least, refuses to speak any other language, and seems to be not only a brute, but the weakest of the prisoners in here have all had to give him their food at one time or another. Bopido, who is always very talkative, consistently tries to make dialogue, not conversation. He narrates the things that happened in the chamber, his eyes glazed white, staring into the deep void. Bopido is Bopido. You notice him being very cunning with his words, however. He does seem to have some sort of education. But as we move on, it's hard to tell about the others. You might have to take the time to yourselves to discover some of that.
Is this, I guess, I'm assuming we're all in this order that's here in the map. So, I mean, you could talk to people next to you. I don't know. Just
Yeah,
kind of get to know some people.
get to know whoever you wish. You guys are crammed in here. It is very difficult to sleep, let alone when it's time to rouse and wake up. Everyone's kind of trying to create their own space, but there's no room to be had.
Yeah, even for a big guy, there's plenty of room for me. You can get comfy right here. Are we moving
The
yet?
I want to try to talk to the other orc, in orcish, or orc, because I speak it.
Okay.
I'll say like, is he bigger than me?
How big are you?
6'4".
Yep, he is definitely bigger than you.
Okay,
Thicker too.
gotcha. Okay, so I'll go as like, hey, how'd they get you in here? You look pretty strong.
Make a persuasion check. Our first roll of the game.
Let's go.
Hey.
16. In Orcish, Ront looks you up and down for a moment and then replies, "Take it on a reading party. I was the last to live, the last to be taken."
No. Did you say his name already?
Ront.
Ront. Okay. Real Ront. Looks like we're gonna be stuck together. If we ever need help, if we can ever at least try to find an escape, are you down? Are you in?
He nods his head down once, very
Um,
convincingly and confident. He has there's nothing in him that says he wants to remain a prisoner.
Okay, gotcha. One down.
Hmm.
All right, Ront. I like Ront. My distant cousin.
Okay. So with that, you get the idea. You're on the same page.
Mhm.
What about the rest of you? What are your intentions?
Strike up any conversation I can, I guess, with whoever I can, just to see who they are, where they're from, how they got there. Like, who's this redheaded lady beside me? And there's a fish person, maybe.
Okay. Do you have one in particular you want to start talking to, or would you like to roll something to see who you get?
Just the redhead, I guess, next to me. Whatever.
Okay. So before you, you see a female dwarf with red hair. Um, she is wearing what seems to be decorative, yet still simple dwarven attire. She speaks up to you at your interest, and explains very loosely at first that by the way, who is speaking? Just so I know, recall.
What's that? Orgoth?
Orgoth. And Orgoth, you are what race?
Half orc.
Half orc. Okay. So she let's see. Why don't you roll me a persuasion check too? She's not as open to speaking with non-dwarves. Well, not
I
bad.
think I rolled it twice. Sorry.
It's all good. So she speaks up to you and says, that her name is Elda Feldrun. I'll put that down for you guys. And that she has little to say to anyone outside her race.
Oh, so she uppity. Sorry.
Outside her kin is her exact words. So, in a sort of decent and yet better dwarvish accent than I can give you, she responds with, "I'm Elder Feldrun. And that is all I want to say about it."
Fair enough. Just trying to find people who are looking to get out of here. If they know anything how to get out of here.
Oh, I'm going to get out of here. I don't know if the rest of you will make it, but I have things to do at home aside from be prisoner to these scum.
Well, if you need a hand, I'm here to help get out. I want out of here.
We'll see about that. I'll keep it in mind. So that's Eldef.
Eldeth.
Okay. Does anybody else have any interest in engaging with anyone?
I was gonna, the Drow.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually wanting to talk to him in Undercommon.
Okay, cool. Welcome, AJ. And we have just only begun, so have a seat. So, what do you say to Sareth?
I tell him, do you truly believe you're still better than all of us, even though you are one of us? If there's any way for any of us to get out of here, we all have to work together.
Make a persuasion check.
Damn.
As you're speaking, he seems to be scratching his head more noticeably now that you're actually giving him some attention. You see that he actually has something he's been picking at. Make me a perception check. So not bad. He seems to be scratching enough that he's developed some scabs at the top of his head, but nothing out of the ordinary. As you're trying to get his attention and persuade him to create some kind of dialogue here, he just says, in response in undercommon, "You are nothing to me. I am nothing to you. When I get out of here, I'll show you. I'll show you who I'm worth."
Very well.
Put his name down as well.
And I'd probably just reply back with very well, and then just start looking back down.
Okay.
So
Nobody's whispering, Craig. We're all just talking across the room.
In a way, depending.
Okay. That's an important detail. Sorry.
Okay. AJ, are you here right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Because as you're wondering if people are within, in a manner of speaking, able to glean off some hidden conversation, very prominently, very bombastically, a Quaggoth, which for some of you is difficult to fathom. A Quaggoth is usually a sort of bestial primal creature. And it is part of the defense of this cavern and of the Drow. They use them as beasts of burden and hunters and brute force. Actually is in this prison cell with all of you. Stands up with a tremendously good posture, motioning over towards Aurora, and says, "My good lady, it is beneath a woman of your stature to be in a place like this. I am Prince Derendel. I do not, I'm sorry. Do not look at my meager appearance and think less of me. I am actually in tremendous straits as of this moment. Not just as a prisoner, but I am actually, truly, a prince. Much like you are most likely a princess. Is that true?"
Most likely. Oh, interesting. Where are you from?
Oh, thank the makers. I am actually from the kingdom of Nelrundvale in the High Forest. My crown was usurped by the evil wizard Terrastor. He has trapped me in this form and exiled me from my people. It is around that time that I was captured by these Drow.
Interesting. So how exactly did you get captured?
On the road, without my entourage to protect me, it being in exile, I was easy pickings.
Easy. That's not very noble of you, is it?
So
Real
that
quick,
is
just for context.
Mhm.
Is it this guy that's speaking or this guy?
At the bottom.
Oh,
Fanny,
the one that looks like a mountain.
Not the one that looks like a shroom.
Oh,
Prince Derendel. Let me see if I can give you guys some images here
Is
help out
it
with some
this
of this.
is it this
Yep,
one?
yep.
Yeah, at the bottom.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
Let's
At the
see.
bottom? Wait, where am I looking?
Yeah, right here. You'll see us pinging it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see anything. Oh,
You might have to right click, hold, scroll, and go up. Because we're sort of at the top part of the map.
Yeah,
Top
or
right
you could
part.
like zoom out with it and then
Yeah.
find us and then zoom in on
And then
that.
zoom back in.
Yeah.
ah, okay, alright.
Yeah, and it was this guy that was talking to you.
Oh, okay. I was a little off.
I'll make him a little bigger so you guys can see him for a moment. Oh, too big.
Oh dang, he huge.
And then
Hey, get off, Ray.
change layer. I was trying to make him bigger.
Get off, Ray.
Get off of me.
But yeah. So you see basically this Quegoth who has switched night and day from what should be a bestial primal creature into a very sophisticated speaking noble.
I have a question for him.
Yes.
No disrespect, my prince. As I do in quotations,
Mhm.
prince. Why exactly did you get overthrown? Out of your kingdom, basically.
Well, victory. It was a. I was not always in this form. I am actually High Elven. I was polymorphed by an evil sorcerer who wished to aid in the overthrowing of my kingdom. He put me in this form, banished me in exile, most likely has ravaged my kingdoms.
But if you were a honest ruler, why would anybody want to overthrow you? I do want to do an insight check on him though.
Go ahead, make an insight check.
Where are you? Oh,
Damn.
oh, a natural 20.
Damn.
As far as you know, without a shadow of a doubt, in his mind, he is Prince Darendel of the Kingdom of Neldravane in the High Forest.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
So, if you are Elven, why don't you tell me about my parents?
Well, my lady, which kingdom do you hail from?
You don't know.
I'm afraid not. I do not have. I'm not well traveled in my times. This is as far away from home that I've ever been.
Hmm. Interesting. Are there any other nobles that you know?
Of course, there was Salavar Snape. From there's a,
Hmm. That's enough for now.
where is he?
Salavar State.
Yeah.
Okay, so for now he's good. For a moment you see in his eyes a sort of sense of doubt and trepidation, and then he immediately shakes out of it. I am who I say I am, and he retreats back into the cave, pushing through and finding a corner.
Little guy's energetic, ain't he?
Someone's boxing above their weight.
I don't think boxing would be the term, but you're somewhere in that ballpark.
What's a
Whatever you
ballpark?
say.
Okay. As you've
And
all had some time to yourselves, the Drow can hear the commotions and know that you're all ready for work, because why else would you be speaking so much? So you hear the keys jingle as footsteps approach, and you will all rise, unless there is anyone in this chamber who chooses not to rise.
oh, nah, I don't want to cause trouble. I rise. All adjourn. I'm joking.
Ray might have been getting up slow, but he was while everybody else was fucking.
I hold my hand out to Ray to help him up.
Thanks, Bo.
Well, come on, big fella. Gotta wake up them knees.
About 250, 6'6".
I know.
They're gonna make me lift rocks again, aren't they?
Yeah, they're gonna make us all work.
As you
Start
all
life.
rise from this, let's see here.
Is this another Drow halfling? They're all Drow halflings to me.
To you, they are. As you rise, and you say, I bet they're gonna make me lift rocks. A very notable figure in here, who is known for these sort of conversations, sneaks up to you and says, "How much you want to bet?"
Get off me, Stu.
Absolutely nothing.
It is
I
not
don't
Stool.
get with common folk.
It is Jimjar, a deep gnome, very tiny, with a couple of rings in one of his right ears. He lays onto you, kind of thick here. Ray, is it?
Yeah.
He says, "Listen, 50 gold. They don't make you lift rocks. And if you do lift rocks, I owe you 50.
Do I see anything shiny on him?
Make a perception check."
Don't do it. It's a trap.
He seems to be a fancy, if not sort of flamboyantly dressed deep gnome who looks like he could have money on him, but seeing as how they took all your weapons, money,
No, that's what I was thinking as I said it.
yeah.
So I might just grab him by his little earring and pull him a little closer to me. I don't think anybody's got anything. It doesn't matter what they make me lift. They're gonna make me lift something. And I lift him up just a little and let him go.
Okay. Like, anyone for the bet then? Anyone else? No takers? 100 gold? 10 gold? A rock?
I bet you won't
A
shut
rock.
up.
How much you want to bet on that?
I just laugh and ignore him.
I swear I swear he's one of those people that's
Wait,
like,
can I talk to him?
What?
Yeah, am I able to talk to him?
Yeah. You want to?
Alright. Alright. So I'll be like, I bet you know a lot of things that go on here.
I know a lot of things, pretty lady.
Hmm. Do you know exactly where we are?
The keys start to jingle and the door starts to open. Yeah, we're in the Underdark.
Do you know who runs the place?
Looks up at you a bit, little, like, confusedly. My lady. And he will repeat, because I did forget you weren't here. He does regale you of the leader of this place as Mistress Ilvara of House Mizrim. He explains to you that she is a Drow priestess, and she is very unforgiving and very cruel.
Lady in charge. I guess she keeps this place in check.
The Drow start to step into the chamber, like, well, I mean, if you're here, can't be all that bad. And the Drows, 2 male Drow, step towards the iron gate, opening it, jingling the keys back onto their side. One behind them with a crossbow at the ready. All of you are aware of the situation at hand. I would like everyone to roll a d4.
I'm gonna do it again. How do I roll it?
Slash roll 1d4. So I see 1 roll, 2 roll, 3 roll. I'm missing some names. I need everyone to roll 1d4, please.
It's not dying unless I'm doing it wrong.
Slash roll space 1d4. There you go. Okay. Anybody rolled a 1? Nope. Anybody rolled a 2?
Ray.
Okay.
Ray rolled a 2.
So Ray, you are pulled out of the lineup, and they go you, and you. They pick you and Jim Jar. Cooking and cleaning in the hall. As Jim Jar starts to step forward, he goes, "See, you could have won 50 gold."
I would have been cooking rocks then.
Okay, so you and Jim Jar you and Jim Jar. Sorry, you, Jim Jar, and Prince Daryl. Okay, so you, Jim Jar, and Prince Daryl are going to do cooking and cleaning in the hall. Followed by who rolled a 3?
I did.
Okay. So you will be feeding and clearing the Quegoff pits with Runt and Topsy and Turvy. So let's see. Let me start stacking these kind of together, guys. Give me a second. Topsy Turvy. Where are you? There you are. Okay, so you 4 on this side. Then we have Jim Jar. Where's Ray? Gosh, damn it. You're right in front of me and I just can't see you. There you go. Ray.
Right on. Yeah.
And then, oh no, I move you here for a second. You're next to Jim Jar, and who else was going? I forgot. And Prince Darrenville. Okay, there we go. So you guys are grouped that way. Who rolled a 4?
I did.
Me as well.
Oh, 3 of you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
that's not fun. You guys are going to something you've only heard of happening every now and then, and quite unfortunately too, it being a reality, you are told that after the Quegoff pits are cleaned and they are fed, you will be fighting in the Quegoff pits.
Oh no.
Oh, great.
So,
Like a roll call.
this is everyone's getting their job detail. And as we continue this, I would like you all, as we don't really recall how long you've all been here for different time periods. Some of you for a couple of days, some of you for maybe even weeks. Well, regardless, you know that at some point, especially with this prison becoming so full, eventually it's going to have to be emptied out. And that may not be for the best. So, in this time, obviously, most of you have been preparing to escape. Some of you have found things already in order to help with this. So, I require everyone to roll me. Tell me. Let's see. Okay, so first, everyone roll me a 1d10. And this is gonna be how many days you've been in here. Okay. So, perfect.
Fresh meat.
Now that you all know how many days you've been in here, you're going to do /roll 1d20 plus whatever you rolled on the d10. So if you rolled a 9, roll 1d20 plus 9. You rolled a 5, 1d20.
Oh Lord, why did I get a natural
It'd be
20?
Lord. 1d20 plus what it was, right?
Yeah, plus your whatever you rolled on the d10.
Oh, I don't know how to do that. Anyway.
You can just add it. And then tell me your roll. So let's start at the top. So Kreth,
Mm-hmm.
what is your roll? What is your total?
20. So 25 in total.
25.
Yeah, I got a natural 20 on it, plus
Ooh.
my 5 days. Yeah. Don't say that. Oof.
That's not encouraging at all.
Isn't a nat 20 supposed to be a good thing?
No, in this case, it is.
Until it's not, right?
So, so you found within your time, what looks, and you can decide whenever you got this, and however way you've been keeping it hidden. You can mark in your inventory a hand crossbow.
Oh wow.
With a single bolt coated in drow poison. Following, we have Aurora. What is your total roll? 10. You have been watching Jimjar carefully, as he is the most talkative. And for whatever reason, at one point, you've noticed he dropped a gold coin once. And since then, it has been in your possession. So you can mark a single gold coin. Then we have Takel.
Yeah, I rolled a 26.
26. Ooh, cool. You found what seems to be a very well polished flint shard. For the purposes of this, it is capable of being used as a dagger.
Okay.
Rhea. Or Ray.
Either one. 12.
12. You, for some reason, on your way out of here, noticed that Jimjar also dropped a gold coin. And in that circumstance, realized maybe you should have taken that bet. But regardless, in your
Seems to be
possession,
leaking gold coins.
I got more gold than he does.
So now you have a gold coin. And then we have finally Orgoth.
14.
14. At one point in the dead of night, it has come to you at one point maybe as food, or maybe to see if you were dead. But you have in your possession a living spider the size of a tarantula that for some reason or another does not mind if you keep it in your pocket.
Maybe I mind.
So,
Sorry. Okay.
Did I not get any? Did I get everybody?
I have a live spider.
A living spider. That should be
Okay.
everyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so these are the things you have found within your time within Velkynelve. You are about to take on your tasks. Um, so right now, um, we are going to start with the hard labor. Let's see. We are starting. Excuse me. There we go. This one is. Okay. So, those of you who will be cooking and cleaning for the Drow, you are whisked away across the wooden bridge, still in chains, as you move from tower to tower until you are brought to the dining hall. These will be skill challenges, opportunities for you all to find opportunities as you have one point or another already been successful or not in finding items or maybe even information. But at the main hall, further into the outpost, where the Drow have a cave retrofitted for their gathering and dining purposes, we have Ray, Prince Darendel, and Jim Jar. Recent Okay. So you are surrounded in a hall with 4 circular tables, each with 5 singular chairs around them. Drow are already in abundance and awaiting breakfast. What would you like to do?
Where's the seared flesh to get started on?
Okay, so you start to do the cooking. As you are looking for the food, Jim Jar goes, "I'll do plates." And Prince Darendel says, "Well, I'm not going to. I'll serve." And he just sort of waits in the side as you begin to look for the meats and start cooking. So, what I would say is, for the beginning of this endeavor, you start to cook the meals. You guys have a plan on how you're going to get through this work detail. I would like you to make a perception check to see if during this process you glean any new information that could be helpful. Okay, damn. Pretty good.
All right.
So, with a
I can
19,
always cook bacon.
with your time cooking here, are you trying to keep your perceptiveness on the Drow themselves or things available in here that you could use?
Probably, again, probably wanting to try to stuff some in a crevice somewhere in this big hairy body, and yeah, my surroundings.
Okay. So I would say that you notice that there is a decent amount of dried edible mushrooms that the Drow normally are not above eating, but because they have you all to cook for them and keep them well stocked up in meat and whatnot, they actually don't touch it anymore. So if you wanted to, you could take some and put it away and mark that in your inventory if you wish.
All right, got some backup dried mushroom slopper on.
So put down that you have enough dried mushrooms to feed the entire party or yourself for a few weeks. Hmm. As the time progresses, Jim Jar sets the plates. Prince Darendelle is constantly going back and forth, very out of place, trying to serve food. And your job detail is done. There is not much else that you will be required of, as you're aware of. You have a few moments here to do anything that you wish. Is there anything in here you would like to accomplish during the remainder of your work detail?
Yeah, see if there's anything else in the pocket to pick a lock or anything like that. Probably.
All right. Just give me another perception check.
For sure.
14. Not bad. You do notice that there does seem to be a box of broken utensils. You could easily take one and hide one in the hopes you could use it to pick a lock.
I'll
How
take a
well it will
fork.
work. Okay. How well it will work will be up to the moment. So do mark that down. All right.
Poker pick. Poker pick.
Moving on to our next work detail, we have Aurora. Is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? To feed and clear the Quaggoth pits. There are the Quaggoth are at the farthest place away from the cavern, close to your quarters, but the smell is why they are pushed so far away. The Quaggoth are very bestial, powerful creatures that have horrendous smells. However, it is your job to clean this. You, along with Rance and Topsy and Turvy, decide amongst yourselves how you wish to go about this.
Well, what are the tasks that we have to accomplish here?
The drow looks down at you. Clean it! And he drops 2 buckets with an assortment of sponges. You smell this liquid, almost like eucalyptus in a way. It stings and it penetrates your own aroma. If you didn't already smell bad because you haven't been allowed to wash, the idea that they use this to clean, it's pungent.
Gross. Um, sounds like a mob. I don't feel like I want to get that close to whatever this is.
Okay. You do take what seems to be one mop on hand. Ront looks at the group of you and snorts, looks down at Topsy and Turvy, and they seem to take the bulk of the workload, while Ront, for this time, as the Drow are watching you, they don't care how it's done. Ront bullies Topsy and Turvy into doing the workload alongside you.
Hmm.
Find yourself in a chamber of 4 Quaggoths, a very small cave. You see torn limbs of spiders, humans, creatures, and definitely a lot of number 1 and number 2. As you're cleaning, what would you like to do in this time?
Can I inspect to see if there's anything around, like that could be on a body, in the filth, or whatever that's
Make,
there?
make an investigation check.
Um,
Investigation.
which one is that?
Should be next to your attributes. There should be a list of skills. You're gonna click the one that says investigation. Put this over here.
Got it cleaned up. One.
Okay. So the 3 is your first roll. Right now you have advantage on, so it's usually the first roll we take. So for now, you start to go through the piles. It is disgusting. It is difficult for your nose to get through, especially someone brought up like yourself. This isn't something you've been prepared for. You don't find anything useful, but Topsy and Turvy do make short work of the cleaning. They themselves seem to be a duo of biblical proportions. As they keep to themselves and they don't speak up, they go through the motions of cleaning, rinsing, and dumping the disgusting water after it's been used over the edge of the cavern, beneath the spider webbings, and into the waterfall below you all.
Hmm.
In this time, Runt seems to just watch and allow himself peace while you all continue to work. Um, is there anything else you would like to do with the remainder of your work detail?
Can I talk to Runt?
Sure.
Why don't you actually partake in any of this?
He glazingly looks at you, doesn't respond.
I know you can hear me.
Make a persuasion check.
Um,
Okay. So he pushes off the wall just for a moment. It's the only effort he really offers. He speaks very briefly, as he did before, and says, "When the time comes, maybe I won't walk over your body to get out."
Over me is quite bold. So what exactly is going to be happening? Do I
That's
roll
all.
another person?
Huh?
Do I roll investigation?
Why do you speak to me when you already know the order of things? You
Order
are
means
weak.
nothing to me.
You are weak. You will not last.
Hmm. Perhaps. Maybe. Who knows?
I know.
You know so much for not doing anything.
I know the order of things. And that's
And
how.
what is
And that's as much as you get from him. He kind of
fine?
pushes himself back against the wall and turns his face away, uninterested.
And the other ones are.
Topsy and Turvy are like an engine. Clean, throw the garbage out. Clean, throw the garbage out.
Can I
They have,
talk to them too?
hmm?
Can I talk to them too?
Sure.
Hmm. Okay, so I want to tell them that they've been doing quite a great job for being a duo in this group of 4. How long have they been down here?
As they're like doing things, They look at each other like as if they're telepathically speaking at some point, but they look at each other and shake their head and nod and agree, and like they're like talking back to each other, just in no vocal language that you can hear. And then they continue on as if they are answering your question, but you don't seem to actually get any words from them. Make a I would say make a insight check. Oof. In looking at them, they just seem to be doing their job and moving on. There seems to be no intelligence really, other than their hard work their good work ethic.
Can I ask if they understand me?
They look at each other, agree with one another, and then they just kind of like open their mouths and smile.
Okay. Well, something. That's pretty much it right now.
Okay. So your work detail comes to an end. The food has been eaten in the dining hall. You start to clean up over there. The Quaggoth pit is cleared, and it is now time for some afternoon carnage in the Thunderdome. As you have heard rumors of this, but hoped it not to be true, for there were other prisoners at one time here. Now there are fewer. Maybe every now and then you've seen a limb being left behind, but into the pits you go. That is. Damn, I forgot. Who's in the pits? Someone's in the pit. Someone's in the pit.
I'm pretty sure I'm in the pit.
It was
I am too.
Orgoth, Takel, and who else?
Was it Kreth?
Chris. You're in the pit, right?
Yeah, I got 4 years.
Okay, cool. So, thrown into the cave where now the Quaggoths dwell. The Drow push you in. Do you resist in any way?
No, but I'll just say that's rude.
Yeah, right.
How many of them are there?
There's 2 Drow with the 3 of you, and there's 4 Quaggoth in the pit.
Did we see any, like when we were going to the Quaggoth pit, did we see any way of escape or any way to possibly, you know what I mean? Does it look like you're just, any options, any possibilities?
Make a perception check.
All of us or just him?
Whomever wishes to. Okay. So, Takel, you don't really notice much.
Yeah.
But Orgoth, you notice that I will now give you guys the map to look at a bit. Let's see how I can show you this. Okay. I'm gonna show this to all of you. Tell me if you have it. It should pop up in the middle of your screen.
Yeah,
now.
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Velkynelve. If we take a look in, I will also bring my DM screen down. You guys should see the numbers as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you guys are in number 11. That is where you've been held. This is where the prisoners are kept. Number 12 is the Quaggoth pit that has been cleared out. The chamber itself has been cleared out, but the back end of it is a small pit where the Quaggoths seem to do battle or sleep. As you've looked around, you notice that the webbing, the stalactites that house the main chambers that the Drow use, there is webbing across the entire bottom that hides its overall visualness to anyone below. However, from above here, it does look like it could support the weight of maybe a few people if needed to jump down. That being said, jumping from the webbing then to the ground floor is another thing. There is a pool of water that has accumulated at the bottom into a pond. This is where you normally see refuge dumped. The waterfall that is between these chambers is perpetual and loud, and you hear the roaring water all the time. However, you don't know how deep that basin of water could be. So, but it is something that you've paid more attention to.
Okay.
So, that being said, 3 of you are pushed into the chambers as the 2 Drow flanking you are now taking bets, and a couple more Drow start to rush over and be like, "Sorry, I'm late. Did I miss it? No, we're gonna put them in now. Who do you got? Who's in there? We got some of the big ones. Not bad. I've got 4 gold on that one." They start taking bets on you all and the odds. Why are you late anyway? Something happened at the northern corridors, the way, the northern road. We've lost all communication, so they wanted us to check it out. I was heading on there, then they cut me out of the details, so, I'm free now.
So how many Drow are there now?
You have about 3 Drow behind you guys and 4 Quaggoths in the chamber. And just to help out a little bit, let's see if I can work on the map first.
Have we been to the other places in this on this map, like in these other chambers at any point?
For some of you, yes. For example, the cleaning chamber would be number. And I chat it up. Clear handout. The cleaning chamber. Where was that? I mean, the cooking hall. The cooking hall is around number 2 and 3. You guys are at number 12. The other chambers, the ones that truly house the Drow, those would be numbers 10, 6, 7, 8. Those seem to be places you're restricted from going to, as in the armories, the places where Ilvara and the priestess and her entourage pray, plan, and usually their living quarters are. There seems to be other living quarters for some of the other Drow elites, those that you have not seen as often, but those that probably brought most of you in. The Drow elite warriors are adorned in heavy plate armor and silvery swords. But you guys,
They're not near us.
They are not near you, not at the moment. You do also know that at number 13, which is just a little broken off path, that little tiny room at number 13 is actually a lookout tower where there is a singular Drow scout looking down at the chasm below, the scouting watching things are going about.
So, I don't know, guys. I'm as we're getting shoved in. I go, listen. If we go into this pit, we may all not be coming out. Maybe our only chance to grab these guys and try to do something. I don't know. We don't have any weapons. We got nothing.
But they all outnumber us, not just the Quogoth, but the Drow too.
Yeah.
And the Drow have weapons and armor.
Right now, I'd rather take my chances with the monsters.
We can somehow get a way to getting a weapon or armor to actually fight back, then maybe we might stand a chance. But
Yeah.
right now,
Right.
we
How
just need
close
to
are
keep
we
running.
to the guards? Are we close enough to like grab a weapon or chains?
If you're close enough to grab a weapon, they're close enough to hear you.
If we're fighting these creatures, did they take like our shackles off or whatever, stuff to like so we could use magic if we have it or something, or
Nope, they did not
nope?
take your
Okay.
shackles off. This seems to
Okay.
be you may not get the idea they're betting on who lives.
Okay. They're betting on who dies. Okay.
Yeah.
We're either going to kill each other or we're going to kill them.
Yeah.
These beasts are not going to. What are they? They're just in their pen, right? So I'm not thinking they're going to just attack. I'm trying to look at this map and see if there's any way we can, just grab these guys, throw them in the pen, and just kind of, I don't know, try to get their weapons from them somehow. Or
It's up to you. You all have moments here. As you're trying to figure this out, the Drows at the door say, "Let's go! Come on! No way out of here anyway. Let's get to it. Not got all morning."
I look at the other guys. I'm like, what do you think, guys? It's up to you. Into the pit.
I think
Yeah.
right now it's safer into the pit.
Yeah. We our best luck is pit.
Yeah.
Pit.
Into the pit it is.
All right.
Into the pit.
Someone's in the pit. Someone's in the pit. All right.
Into the pit of it.
So you guys start moving into the chamber with these Quaggoth, and at first the Quaggoth just seem to wonder why you're being pushed in, and then as they're rousing up, they know it's time. They start to circle towards you, and immediately you prepare for combat. Is there anything you guys do before this happens?
Okay, so the chain that we have that we're chained together,
Mhm.
how long is the chain from each person? 5, 6, 7 feet long?
No, you're not chained to each other. You're chained to yourself.
Okay.
You're manacled together.
Alright.
Your hands.
But our hands chained to like our feet?
Yes.
Okay, so so basically we can't even move our arms individually, huh?
These are Quaggoths.
That part I get. I'm worried about the chains though.
No, you just put a picture up of the Quaggoth.
Yeah.
Your chains are you're stuck together.
No, I mean like okay, so let's say if I wanted to spread my hands from one end to the other, can I do it or no?
Not really.
Like can I? Okay, so I can't really separate my two wrists together. Okay.
No, they're pretty close together. There's not much leeway.
Gotcha. All right. I'm just trying to understand. That's one base. I'm just understanding. That's what I'm contemplating of what I should do to get ready to fight these
You
bad
all
boys.
hear clanging from the door as the Drow starts to make more noise and commotion to get things going, and the Quaggoths hear it and get roused up. As they're doing that, one of the Quaggoths just doesn't even waste time. Probably hungry, probably rowdy, immediately. Let's see. I would like you. So, Kreth, pick a number between 1 and 3.
Let me get 2.
And Takel, pick a number between 1 and 3. That's not 2.
It's
So
between 1
1
and
or
3.
3.
1.
Okay, which leaves Orgoth with what's left?
3.
So number 1,
Damn.
Takel. As you guys are trying to figure out the best approach and you're being pushed into this very terrible moment, there's not much you can do. One of the Quaggoths leaps forward and makes 2 claw attacks at you immediately. The first one for an 11.
That meets it. Yep.
Okay. You take 5 points of slashing damage, and the Drow go crazy as immediately they just see you just get clawed across the arm. Another swipe comes at you again for an 8.
Nope.
Assume that misses. So now, with fear in you, you just take at least 1 step back, which these creatures are not very versatile in combat. They are brute force, meant to just tear and rip things apart and immediately just start trying to claw and rip at you. Um, the other Quaggoths don't seem to be responding. They seem to be lazily sitting back and going about their sleep. It is just this one swinging wildly at the 3 of you. What would you all like to do?
I would like to jump on the back of the Quaggoth and try to choke it out with the chains.
Okay.
Before he does that, is it possible? No, we're good. Yeah, let him do that. Never mind. I was
Okay.
thinking about it. I was like, never mind.
All right, so make a grapple check against its strength, or it has athletics. What? Shit.
Oh, you want me to do strength or athletics?
If you have athletics, you can use athletics, but it
Okay.
has athletics. So 13. It's strong, but you are fighting for your life in this moment. You jump on its back and immediately try to start strangling it with the chains. You have it considered grappled right now. What would the rest of you like to do?
Well, if he's got it grappled, then is there any like tools laying around, like the mops or the pitchforks for the hay or whatever? I don't know, some kind of something you can grab as a weapon.
Pick one.
Pardon?
Pick one.
A pitchfork.
Yeah, you see a pitchfork on the ground that has just been left here for some reason, whether it was for cleaning, or for whatever reason, it has been left abandoned here on the ground.
Can I pick it up and attack the Quaggoth with it?
Yeah, sure. Roll me. This will be with an improvised weapon, so just roll me d20, and add, or just make me rather just a strength check, because it'll be about the same. Yeah.
What the hell is that? It's a 9.
Okay. 9 would not hit. You do bring it out and pick it up from the ground, and the Drow don't seem too concerned with you finding a weapon. They start cheering at the resourcefulness. You go to strike it, but it's wildly trying to get this orc off its back, and it just deflects the attack.
Can I do an unarmed strike as well as the double attack or whatever?
Do you have anything that allows you to do that?
Just my fist.
Sure. Why not? Go for it. Make another strength attack.
An unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Trying something here.
Oh shoot.
Damn.
Nice. So yeah, go ahead and what is your strength modifier?
+3.
Okay. So do you have any bonuses to using unarmed strikes, or is it just that? I asked so that way I can
It
know how
said
much damage.
it's telling me it's damage is 1d4, I guess, bludgeoning. Do I
Okay.
have anything to add? I don't know. I'm just gonna roll it, and I guess whatever the
Yeah.
thing adds, it adds, right?
Yeah, it'll auto add it for you.
Roll it.
Just click on the thing on unarmed strikes. It'll do it for you. There you go. So 4 points of damage as you start punching it to the body, trying
Oh,
to
I
take
think I hit the
down.
wrong dice there.
No, it's fine. You still rolled the same. So you start throwing, gut shots at this creature, trying to take it down. It's gonna kill you, or you're gonna have to kill it. With that being said, you being this close to it, it's going to throw a claw attack at the orc on top of it, and one claw attack at you. So the first one is going towards Kreth. Does a 9 hit?
No, that misses.
Okay. The second attack is at you, Orgoth. 12.
Low. Yeah, 12 will hit.
Okay. You take 5 points of slashing damage as you are slashed by this creature's long, dirty fingernails, razor sharp. The drow are screaming and excited. They're yelling out, and the commotion is just getting louder as it is just now getting more and more intense and more real. The other Quaggoths don't seem interested at all. It just seems to be you against this beast. It is another round for you guys.
Is there a something else around, like a tool, like I don't know, like a mop or a rake or something that I can just use like the hilt as like a club to beat it?
Sure. Yeah, you find a mop still standing here that probably should have been put away, but wasn't.
Let's just be like, looks like the princess didn't put away the mop.
Hmm.
And yeah, and then I guess I'm just gonna swing at it with it.
Go for it. Make me an improvised attack. You could just do a strength check at this point.
Oh, God, okay.
I mean, a 9. Actually, I would say with advantage technically because the creature is flanked. I did forget about
Okay.
that. So
Okay.
moving forward, let's remember that. So it being
Had to be.
flanked, go ahead and you with an improvised mop. What is your strength bonus?
-1.
Oh, that's
Yeah, yeah.
So you grab the mop, you steadily prepare it, you find a good opening, and you smash it across the creature. I'll say it gets at least 1 point of damage, but it doesn't really affect it. It is a hulking creature, and the mop handle is shattered, but I will give it 1 point of damage.
Okay.
With that, make me a strength check, Kreth, to maintain the chokehold.
Gotcha.
13 versus athletics, 15. So
Oh,
he pushes you up.
Oh, strength, or you want athletics?
If you have athletics, you can use it instead of a strength check.
Okay, yeah, because I'm proficient at athletics. Oh, it's worse.
That's fine. He knocks you off, and you're like, no, I should be on, and then he knocks you off again. So he throws you to the ground. He rages out, and he starts to just gorilla stomp on top of you.
Oh, jeez.
He's going to take both claws at you. One's a 17.
That hits.
You take 6 points of slashing.
Yeah.
He swings at you again for an 11.
That misses.
Okay. So he swings down and starts beating you down as much as he can. What is Orgoth doing?
Orgoth is ready to take another strike at him with his pitchfork.
Okay. Use your
He's gonna
pitchfork.
stab him in the neck or something, trying to do what he can. What's that, an attack? You said strength attack? Or?
Yeah, strength attack. Let's see.
Come on, something decent. No, it's crap.
All right. Well, not bad, but it's not gonna hit as you go. Nope, the creature's still flanked by you guys. The three of you here, so roll again with
Do I
advantage.
get an advantage? Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll again.
Come on. Fingers crossed. Worst. Unbelievable.
Not so
I
much.
don't even know how that's possible.
It's gonna happen this early. You try to swing with the pitchfork again, but this time the creature is just wild and it's enjoying. It's either enjoying it or it's just this is its element, and it is fine taking on 3 prisoners at once because why not? And you guys are food. As the commotion is happening, you guys are losing track of time. The fight continues. Um, Eventually, you hear a break from this as the drow goes silent, and you hear just what seems to be an excerpt of voice coming from the hall as one of the drow definitely uses magic in a way to increase the bass of his voice, and he goes in a deafening sound, cease. And in Undercommon speaks out to the Quaggoth itself. Back! Back now! You! And he points to the drow as you all turn around. They are not your prisoners to spoil. And looking down at the 3 drow male guards that brought you here is an elitely dressed drow figure. He pushes forward, looks at the 3 of you. Return to your cells. Now!
You ain't gotta tell me twice. I can get up as fast as I can.
Okay, the Quaggoth is going to take an attack of opportunity.
Oh, jeez.
No, I'm just kidding. Um,
All right, Kratz. Won't see you ever again. Later.
yeah. So it just drags only Kreft back into the chamber.
I know, right?
The drow looks down at you all, looks at the 3 other drow, escort them to their chamber, report to the mess hall. We have news. So the rest of you are escorted. Time passes, and you all are returned to your prison cells with whatever knowledge you've gained so far. With the time you've been in here, maybe some of you have gleaned some things new off. But for now, we're gonna take a quick break. Just about 5-8 minutes, not too long. Just stretch your legs, get water, food, or whatnot, and we'll continue from here.
Okay, great.
And I shall be
Need a
right
couple.
back. Speak amongst yourselves if you wish.
spider.
As an attack spider.
Yeah, something.
What's his name?
Make it useful somehow.
What's his name?
You guys, it's up for debate.
Just something mundane. Greg.
Yeah. Jim.
Yeah. I found this human. They have weird names. They're like Greg and Jim.
Okay. So, is everybody returned? Everybody's ready?
Sure.
Yeah.
AJ.
Right.
Hello.
All right. So let us continue. Returning now back to your cells. It hasn't been a long day. It's still, from what you can tell, midday because you have just served them breakfast. You have cleaned most of the facilities. There are other prisoners that were taken to do other things in the meantime. However, you've all returned and been brought to you a sort of mixed set of buckets filled with moldy bread. I would say questionably edible mushrooms. And what seems to be 2 buckets of water. And you are left in your prison cells for this duration. Your time is your own. You may act how you wish.
Are the guards still there?
Not really. The cell is closed, but the food and stuff have been brought into the cell with you. It has been locked, and they are nowhere in sight.
Boom. I want to talk to a guard. Anywho,
You see a guard.
can I call the guard over?
Sure.
Um,
Yes.
my arms are hurting me, sir. Can you please loosen them for me? Can I persuade them? Or take
Sure.
them off?
Sure. I can persuade you.
I got these shackles. Um,
11. Show me your shackles.
oh, thank you.
He starts to tighten them. Gives you even less room to move them. How's that?
I guess they'll do for now.
Yeah. Get back to it. Don't bother me. And he starts
He's
walking
gonna be
away.
the first one I kill when I get out of here.
You die first.
Uh-huh.
You die first.
List.
No.
just the list.
Alright, continue.
Figure Ray would grub up.
Just for
maybe-
context, 11, in case people want to understand the difficulty classes, 10 is usually something very easy. 14 to 15, something a bit more mid-range. 20, something hard. Beyond that, you're shooting for the moon. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. But you also have to meet those expectations when you roll your dice. So, it is always possible to get what you want. Continue.
Just saying, I think Ray would be grubbing up, trying to finish up what he's got. Look over to the fellow that's next to him here, not the Dugar, but the other guy, and try to sneakily, kind of as he's eating, purposely be like, "Did you learn anything today? And how many days have I been here?
So which one?
Ray.
Oh, you're talking to Ray.
Oh no, I am
No,
Ray.
no, I
I'm
mean
sorry.
but yeah, which one of these do you want to speak to?
Probably this gentleman here next to me. That isn't the Dugar. Person to my right. Is that Takel?
Takel.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you learn anything when you was out there?
Not really. There's a guard overlooking the cliff edge on our way over to the pits. But other than that, not really.
Also, there's also a piece of information too. We did hear them say that they lost communication to the north side.
Yeah.
Can everyone hear this, or is it just them?
All of you. Speak to yourself.
Huh?
I'll slide Kreth the mushroom if he was the one that gave me that info, by the way.
Oh. Ooh, mushroom. It's poisonous.
No.
We never talked to the fish guy or this lump of thing.
Right now, the fish creature is just like a murloc eating one of the buckets of mushrooms.
And and now you said that was a mushroom?
That was the fish guy eating a majority of the bucket of mushrooms on his own.
Well,
The mushroom itself is a sort of like it's a mushroom head with 4 legs.
Nah, might be my pillow tonight.
You feel something in your mind, Ray,
Oh no.
that just goes, I wouldn't mind, but you are pretty big.
Well, might stay warm then.
I am not warm.
No good for me then.
Seems that the mushroom can speak to many of you telepathically through certain emotions and clicks. It doesn't have actual dialogue, but when it comes across to you, it sort of self-translates in small ways.
How long you been here, little guy?
You just hear in your head what would be the sound of a clock continuously ticking.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
get it.
Can I pet him?
What's your name, Mushroom? Do you have a name?
Mushy.
Mushy?
Mushy the
They call
mushroom.
him Mushy.
The mushroom itself, you see a perfect image in all of your heads of a stool.
Your name is Stool? Okay. Well, you're cute. So I'll keep you around.
Guys, I got it. The fish guy and the mushroom. Toadstool.
Breaking from his ravage eating, the fish humanoid creature goes, I will not be spoken to like that. I am Shusha the Awakened.
Oh,
You
so he does
speak
speak.
You speak her language. Great.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Can
I'll
I talk to the twin? I don't know if they're actually twins, but you know, who to
Sure.
make stuff with.
Topsy, turvy. Yeah.
You're so good. Let's become friends for a next task. Can I roll persuasion for that?
They look at each other. Go ahead, roll persuasion.
She already trying to get minions. Look at her.
They look at each other. They look at you. They go, I'm Topsy. He's Turvy.
Oh, you speak. So nice to meet your acquaintance.
That's all they say.
It's up, down.
Well,
Can I want to talk to Stool, and I want to be like, do the guards know how you communicate?
No.
Interesting. It's good to know.
And you hear their thoughts?
You all very loudly hear, can you hear their thoughts? As speaking into a microphone, Jim Jar just starts. blasting as much psychic energy as he can into this. Guys, can you hear me in your head? Oh. Kind of unsettling.
Alright,
It's
Orga.
it seems like the telepathy is not one way. Stool seems to be generating a spew of spores within the chamber that you now all colorfully see as this sort of purple and sometimes green energy. It allows for one massive Skype call.
Yes,
Interesting.
Ooh,
So
okay.
you
So
could be
he
very
can hear the Drow's thoughts, or we can all hear the Drow's thoughts now.
At least I
Okay.
think within the chamber.
Within
If
an
I'm correct.
area around Stool.
okay.
Alright. Can I talk to
Hold on.
Orga?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, I'm back. I want to know more about what you're going to step over me for.
Oh, that's
Am I
wrong.
going to step over you?
No, that was that.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. That's what I want to talk to.
Ron is very unamusedly drinking to wash down all the food. He's trying to make sure you all don't get to eat. And he takes a final swig. What do you want from me?
To die. I mean, nothing.
I want to pick your brain. You seem to know a lot.
I know that I'm getting out of here.
Ooh, how exactly?
Make a persuasion check.
Girl, you terrible at this.
I don't know what you want me to do. Okay, I'm just trying.
He gets up from his chamber, from his seat. He looks at you. When the bodies start flying, when the chaos starts, you might want to move out of my way. Because, like I said, I will walk all over you.
Well, what if we become friends first? Big guy.
1,000 gold.
How about I just...
Huh?
Can I just roll persuasion? I'm gonna keep asking.
Well, what are you trying to? Well, no,
To be friends now.
he asking for 1,000 gold.
How about no? We can lower that a bit. To nothing. Why should I pay 1,000 gold?
You seem to care a lot about getting out of here. You don't seem to have any idea on how to do it. 1,000 gold.
Well, how do you even know if you actually know how to get out of here?
You don't.
And so I give you money with no, like, guarantee of an out.
1,000 gold. I take you
That's
with
not
me.
business, right? Ooh, you want to take me with you?
Oh my.
I'll consider it.
Time on this deal expires when the first body drops.
Hmm. We'll have to negotiate on pricing. Not yet. We can ponder this a little.
Jim Jar sneaks over to Ray, and he says, "I bet you 100 gold. Prince Darendel's the first body to drop."
How about
Ooh.
we how about we start with 1 gold and I show him his gold.
Never go. I'm in. And he goes to shake your hand.
I pull it back fast.
Okay. So
I'm a
remember
thief.
Remember the bet.
I'll walk up to toadstool. I mean stool. I put my hand on top of his mushroom top, and I telepathically ask him, "Do you know the way to get out of here? If you can you show me a picture of the location?"
Hmm. Make a persuasion check. He attempts to give you images in your brain of the surrounding caverns, but none of it makes quite enough sense, nor does he delve deep enough to make it more
Makes sense.
it doesn't seem capable or willing to go much further than showing you
Gotcha.
odds and ends caverns that are in the surrounding area.
How big is stool?
Yeah, that was the second thing I was gonna ask.
He's a big boy.
Sorry. Oh, he's big.
He's a medium-sized creature, but he's thick. He's
Can I just attempt to pick him up just to see how heavy he is?
Sure. Make
Okay.
a
So
strength
I'm gonna
check.
tell I'm
Put him down.
gonna telepathically just say, Stool, I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to see just how physically heavy you are. Spit check. Let's
Don't
go.
let him body shame you. You're just fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you attempt
Ooh,
to
okay.
lift this very heavy mushroom. It was very dense. And as you do, you feel a bit lightheaded from all the spores you've been inhaling so close to him.
Mm.
Does
Oh,
Mushy
shit.
move?
Is Mushy who?
You
Does
look
he
dizzy.
move?
Does he
You
move?
look dizzy,
No.
Yeah, he's
Crest.
got 4 legs.
Put it down, Crest.
And
Put
he's
it
got-
down.
Well, I didn't put it. Well, I couldn't even pick him up. I'm just a little lightheaded. I'm gonna take a breather.
Sit down.
Mushy, you're
Sit
so
down.
cute. Can I pet you?
Agreed.
Ah!
I snack
Wow.
on my other half of the mushroom. Oh,
I'm
I do
trying
want
to
to
figure
I
out.
do want to
Stop eating his
chat with
cousin. That's like cannibalism, right? Stop that.
Hey,
I do want to
Jim.
ask Ront, sorry, if he noticed anything when he was doing chores.
He leans over as subtly as he can, speaking only in Orcish. He says, "Looks like there's troubles in the northern passage. But more specifically, we don't even want to go that way anyway. I hear that's where their main city is."
Oh, okay.
Mittens
So
and
we don't want to
birds.
head north,
Hmm?
or maybe we do and clean up. But I'll take your information into consideration. Thank you very much, big friend. We're gonna get out of here soon. I guarantee it. No, I'm joking. I can't guarantee anything, but we'll try our best to get out.
Hmm.
Mushy, do you
Have we?
remember where you're from?
It shows you pictures of a vast fungal grove of other creatures like him, taller ones, more human like, mushrooms, green, purples, blues, much color, but also a lot of fumes and spores.
Were
Some
you somewhere close to the Underdark? Or were you also dragged a very long distance?
Underdark home.
Oh, you're from here. Wow. So do you know your way around? Well,
I know home.
do you know how to get home?
I know home.
Hmm.
Rayaby, Jim Jar. 1 gold. Who did you say again?
Prince Darendelle.
Prince? So I gotta make a bet against that. That's what I'm thinking this whole time. I think maybe the guard that's right next to the cavern. He should probably be the first one to go.
Okay.
I second that notion. Tighten
Yeah.
my freaking whatever.
Bets. He starts bringing out an invisible pen, licks it, starts writing out in an invisible journal. He just starts
And
taking notes.
No.
in that
Just
process,
lift
I
that.
would like to take a look at the gate that's holding us in here.
Made of sturdy iron.
Sturdy iron, no lock, no nothing like that.
Oh, of course there's a lock, but not visible from your side. The
Fair
bars
enough.
are thick, but maybe someone smaller could get their hands around through it.
Well, I do have the ability to be fit in small places.
No, perhaps we can go outside then.
I think I can just take up
I mean,
one
I
space
just-
smaller than I should. Basically, is what
I just hear
it's
that.
a bugbear thing can do.
I just hear that and I look at Ray all confused, like, what?
I might be able to get my hand around.
Okay.
Well,
I got it.
you.
I bet 10 gold. He can't get his arm through the hole.
Please, we're trying to get out of here. We have no time for this.
There's always time for money.
Maybe when we get out. I don't really think about this when I'm on the other side.
I mean, we're in chains and all, but there are 15 of us in this room.
Oh,
Well, then there's 15.
and I hear chains, and I'm like, oh, well, I should probably start with that.
You all start to hear footsteps approaching across the drawbridge.
God damn it, not fast enough.
I want to do it this time.
The
Approaching.
drawbridge.
Well, the bridge, the string rope bridge.
Oh, okay.
Not drawbridge. The one straight across from you.
Yep.
Coming across it is a familiar and yet unsettling individual. Elvira approaches.
Hey, yo, mommy.
I'm trying
Ugh.
to pick my lock on my shackle.
Yeah, you can still do that. Go ahead and make me a dexterity check.
Sleight of hand, or do you want a dex?
I would say sleight of hand. If you have it.
I do.
Okay.
Didn't help, but I was trying, and I don't mind if she's seeing me.
It's not bad. You are closer-ish to the gate than most. You can shuffle back into the crowd while you're doing it.
I'll step in and cover him, so she
Okay.
can't really see him.
Okay. With a 12, you do make a good solid attempt, but with the fork at hand, it's not enough at this moment.
Okay. About all I can. Thanks.
Approaching,
I'll put
the
it.
gate
Damn it.
starts to click open, and you see, standing straight and tall, Elvira, the High Priestess, walking into the chamber, unafraid of the group of you.
Hello, everyone.
Does anyone not give room for her to enter?
Oh no, I'll move off to the side.
Okay.
I might be like kind of dumbstruck and not move, but that would be about it. Not out of malice.
Okay. As you are trying your best to give her some space, she starts to enter the chamber. And when she does, you all notice that Seraph, the Drow, is still scratching at his head, unaware of her approach into the chamber. The Drow behind her start to move in just to make sure things don't go the wrong way. But they are more nervous than she appears. She is unafraid. She, in her right hand, carries Scourge. And for those of you who don't know what Scourge is, be grateful. Seraph does not move out of the way. As she looks down at him in her dark purple and black robes, her white hair tied so tight into a knot behind her. She looks down at Sarith as he's scratching his head and speaking to himself. He looks up with his red eyes and she looks at him. Sarith, you seem to not know the rules. You didn't know them then and you don't know them now. Sarif, scratching his head looking at her, goes, "You know I'm not supposed to be here. You know what they did. I know what you're doing." She puts her right hand outwards and lashes Scourge, her whip, across the room. It hits Shushar on accident, but potentially deliberately, as he rakes back as his hand is lacerated by the kickback. Sarif doesn't flinch as he continuously scratches at his chin, his head, as if just uncontrollable need. Sarith, you are not a prisoner. You are an example. And she wraps the whip across his throat, and without motioning, the whip itself moves of its own will. Like a tendril, like a snake, it wraps across his throat and starts to squeeze. And as it squeezes, these thorns protrude from it as of an organic creature. And it
Yikes.
starts to cut and scrape across it as it starts to choke him. He himself chokes for air, trying to breathe. But she's not willing it any harsher. It is slowly taking the life from him. And as he's looking up at her and wanting some sort of reprieve, there's still defiance in his eye. She looks joyful, happy that there's still some life to him. I knew I couldn't break you. And I guess I'll just kill you. And she pulls back the whip and Scourge across everyone from the southern side. You are covered in blood. Sarif's throat is ripped out. His head dangles off like a cut over piece of salami. It is dangling as blood protrudes like a geyser from him. And she snaps the whip to a sharpness, severing your eardrums. You hear it in this enclosed space, it echoes. You all feel fear at one way or a level, whether for yourself or because Stool is sharing this emotion with you. You all feel his fear as well. What do you all do?
That was like great timing right there for the rage.
He will roar, but he is staying out of the way.
Okay. So would you like to use a rage?
Yeah, I'm rage scaring for sure.
Okay. So you go into a rage and prepare yourself for anything. Sarith is dead.
I almost did it right before when I saw the snake, but I was holding it back.
That's quite an example you have. I like the way you lead. Very strict and to the point.
Elvira looks up at you, Aurora, with the scourge in one hand and the body still in a sort of kneeled position. The body is decapitated at this point, and the head hasn't rolled off. It still hangs and eventually forces the weight of the body to collapse onto itself. Seraph's dead. Elvira standing in the wake of this circle around her of all the prisoners. She looks at you. And you are the princess, the prize of my collection. Yet, I noticed you haven't been broken yet, like Seraph.
Broken? How so?
He walks towards you. You still don't know where you are. You don't know how things work.
I don't. Can you enlighten me?
Oh no, that sounds like a death sentence.
She brings a hand over with sharpened fingernails and squirrels one under your chin and goes, "Ooh. If they didn't want you so pretty, you would look worse than Sarif right now."
Hey, who exactly wants me?
He claws a nail across your skin. You take 1 point of damage as she cuts a nail right under your eyelid.
Not my face.
Mark 1 point of damage as Elvira goes. And that wasn't an accident. As I said, they want you for your beauty.
Whatever.
Excuse me, your Majesty, your Grace. Can I just drag that body out the cell before it starts to stink and blood gets all over the place? You know, blood is very hard to clean up and it smells over time. You know.
You do make a charisma check. Not persuasion, just charisma.
Damn.
You
Roll
get
a
sh-
20, what the fuck
You get
is-
shot in the leg by a hand crossbow.
Okay.
Um.
Oh, all right. Well, I tried.
Let's see. We got
How much
here.
damage do I take?
We gotta find out. Hand crossbow. You take 6 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
What is this?
Nice.
That's good.
It's not Avara who shoots you. It's one of the other Drow. And he goes, "Watch yourself." Avara waves a hand in the air. "No, it's fine. It's fine." He has a point.
Huh.
You. And he points to the two in the back, Topsy and Turvy. "Why don't you dispose of this?" She points down at it in a circle, like a mother trying to tell the kids to clean up the spaghetti off the floor. Now. And Topsy and Turvy start to take the body and make their way, dragging it. Topsy gets the body, Turvy gets the head. They start dragging it out. "You all are prisoners of my house, and you will be escorted to Menzo Branson. Sorry. You will be leaving very shortly, and I thank you all for your consent. Now, Dareth here wasn't worth his weight in shit. But some of you are. Whether for your," and he points to Aurora, "looks," and then he points to Ray, Or maybe your strength? And then she points to stool. I don't know why you're here. But for one reason or another, you're all useful. And as long as you remember that, you will stay living a little longer. But if you don't wish to be useful, and if you do resist, you all hear as the body is pushed over the edge of Seraph with perfect timing. You can join him and the oozes below. You eventually hear a splash in the water.
Question. Hold on. While they do that, can I count how many seconds go by when the splash hits?
Sure. Make an intelligence check.
Oh man, that is not my strength.
Damn.
9.
I wish it was me. God damn it.
That's how many seconds you count until
Okay.
you realize you end up not listening and are only counting. You just got 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck. So
I think as the body hits the water, I think it's like Tekel just mumbles under his breath, "Fucking savages."
At least he's home now, I guess.
Ray's accidentally looking like Wolverine. Like, point me to the right one, you droid, and then I'll.
say that again?
It said Ray looking like Wolverine here on accident.
Oh.
We'll look at Elvira and say, point me to the creature you want destroyed.
Oh.
Oh.
I like him. She goes over to one of the drow. Make sure we get extra for him. Anyway, sit tight, remain behaved. And she looks at one of the drow that now some of you start to look at is the one that shot. He's a bit more handsome than the other.
Handsome.
She puts a hand around his chin and puts a kiss on his cheek. He sort of smirks at it. Make sure they don't go far. I'm counting on you. And this drow responds in kind. Of course, mistress. Anything you all wish to do in this moment before Ivara leaves the chamber?
Goals.
Nope. I'm just gonna let the dart. Well, I'm gonna pull the dart out, but sleight of hand, try to tuck it away so I can keep it.
Not even a roll. In this moment of tension, they don't even think about it.
Like in a half bow, trying to wait for it out of you.
Okay. The door is once again locked. Blood is smeared on the ground. Topsy and Turvy return. And Seraph is no more.
More room, less scabs.
Jimjar
I
goes.
can't believe this.
Jimjar walks in and looks at the blood on the ground and goes, Who had Seraph? Who had 10 gold on Seraph? I didn't write that one down. I did not see that one coming. Okay. New
You
bets.
owe me a gold.
No, you did not say. You did
I
not.
would get 2 if the guard went down outside.
The guard. You called
bet,
the.
You
no.
bet. You bet on 1. The first.
I bet on 1. You changed the bet to the guard outside, and he is still alive.
I'm back to
New bets. Okay, look. New odds. I'm writing them down here for everyone to see. He's not even writing on pen or paper. It's imaginary. He doesn't have to.
I'm completely wrong.
All right, I'm changing my bets. I'm changing everyone. Full refunds. Let's start over. Now. I bet 5 gold I die last.
Double or nothing on that one.
Sold. Writes it down.
That means I get whatever gets off you when you die.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
And he's going to have a hard time collecting.
I'm gonna get that earring.
Once again, everybody returns to the nonchalantness of their circumstances, speaking amongst themselves as they decide on how to escape the cold clutches of the Drow. None of them suspecting that Bupido himself will be the first one out the door.
Is this man monologuing?
Yeah.
Yes.
the weird looking dude with the white eyes and the beard all over his head.
One down, one to go.
Well,
Can I go to Stool and I wanna talk with him.
Mhm.
I would like to go to Stool and just like, did you ever get into Seraph's head and figure out why he was here?
Touche. Dun, 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 dun. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Hey!
You in particular get visions in your head, pictures of something growing. Silence and then growing. Silence and then crawling. Insects, but they're not creatures. It's moss, it's fungi growing and covering. Is that flesh? It's brain. You see very quickly after that Seraph's mind, his brain covered in fungi spores, causing him to have tantrums and itching and driving him crazy, making him forget Seraph was sick and afflicted by something.
Oh.
But the visions themselves don't drive you crazy.
Oh. So Seraph was sick, and that's why.
Creth.
Hopefully
Hit
not
me.
for mushroom spores.
Creth, hit me or I'm gonna lose my rage.
Machine, I have a question for you, my lovely, lovely companion.
So,
Machine.
oh, it's a stool? Oh. I assume Kraft punches you, by the way, Ray.
Ah, thanks.
Go ahead, Aurora.
You've been here a while. Now, is that guard Elmira's love?
He shows a very, over dramatic soap opera novella in his head of Elvira blowing kisses to this new guard who looks a bit more handsome, and in the corner, a guard or a lieutenant, someone much more authoritative, now with a scarred face, looking neglected.
Oh. So good her secret, does she? How often does she come to see her love?
Just blank.
No?
Just blank images.
Do they break any rules?
Blank images. Doesn't know.
Alright, Mishy. That's it for now.
Ushar speaks up as he's tending to his gash across his arm. He goes, "Listen, if any of you have a plan on how to escape, now is the time."
I'm thinking of one. Well,
Like, is anybody actually hurt?
He raises his arm. Who do you think?
Well, I know.
I'm
Kind of
hurt,
hurt, not gonna lie.
but it's like I'm
I
like I'm hurt, but I don't really mind. I don't have to get healed, you know.
Yeah, I was about to say. I know me and
It's not
Crafts
like we
took
can.
damage from the Korgoth, so
Because if it's like if Shushar only has like that cut across his arm and he's all complaining, I can go over and I can give him a 1 point of healing or something and
Nah, let
help
him
him.
do
No.
that. Let him complain.
Are we allowed? Oh, wait, can we heal?
No.
How would he be
No,
healing him?
I have a laying on hands, right?
but
But you can't use magic.
I think the restraints dampen our magic. We can't use it.
Mm.
Oh, speaking of, I guess I can try to do that again.
Pupito goes, as they squander and bicker amongst themselves, they have all forgotten about the arcane runes across the door that prevent magic from being used within the chamber.
Mm.
I
I
have a
did.
plan. Now, it's not fully fleshed out, but
So no
I
plan.
need. Excuse me. As I was saying, I need y'all to keep an eye on this guard. Can y'all do that?
Which one of these is the guard?
Her love interest, of course. Didn't you see her lock lip? Or were you blind?
Yeah. I wasn't paying attention to you guys.
I mean, I don't think they were locking lips. You kissed him on the cheek.
Same thing. Love is
But-
love.
but
With
school-
passion.
Hold on, ma'am. Miss, listen
Let's-
here, princess. Locking lips and a kiss on the cheek are two different things. I know
don't
that
need
for a fact.
correction from a commoner. Know your place.
Oh, princess, please. I may not look it. You know
You
what?
don't look like anything.
Jim Jar's in the
Oh.
background just making the gif in the back. Just like
Hey, Rock, you want to try to break down this door?
You said it were front?
Ronk.
Ronk, the orc over in the corner.
Ront Saunders over, gives you a nod. Make a perception check.
Wait, hold on. Before y'all try to break the gate down. I take out one of the arrows that they shot me with in my leg. I hand it whoever has the best lock picking skills. Hopefully, I'll give it to Rhea.
I'm
Here.
supposed to be good with thieves' tools. That's why I was looking.
I was about to say I am too, but
Well, I'm closer to Rhea, so I'm not.
No.
Here, Rhea.
Give to Jim Jar. Jim Jar bets 100 gold. He can get us out of here right now.
No, Jim
I
Jar,
feel-
you the last.
I feel like Jim Jar is the little Hispanic dude from the longest yard that thinks he can do anything.
Yeah. A bit. Listen.
I give you the dart.
No. Give to
Hopefully-
Jim Jar, and that way Jim Jar can get us out of here. Look at his hands. They're like sausages.
If you knew how to get us out of here, why haven't you done it yet?
I did not have crossbow in leg too.
You guys
Very
trust me to give
fair.
it to Jim Jar?
Let's try a
It's
little.
better than me. I don't have the skills.
I was gonna
I'll-
say,
All right,
I
Jim Jar.
was
I'll
gonna
see
say,
if I
Y'all
can
don't have the
watch him.
skills, but do you have
Dep-
the gold? Who's gonna pay him?
depending on what Ray has, I have a proficiency in sleight of hand, but I only have a 3 to it. So if you have something better, then you can do it.
I do have a +4 in sleight of hand. I'm a pit fighter thief.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so right here, take this dart. See if you can unlock the door. But wait till it gets late at night where the guards are not awake, or well, not awake, but like fully.
I
How should
know,
I
but
put it?
I really.
Do we
wanna
know
put-
their schedule at all? You know, I mean, do we have that insight?
Can we do a history check?
Some kind of insight check or something?
I really want to push the guard off into the chasm.
I would say 2 people can make a sort of either an intelligence check or a wisdom, whichever you feel is better that you might have.
I'll do an intelligence. I have a +4 to it. So.
The 2 of you make a roll.
I won't do it. I'll stay out of this one.
I'm going to stay out of this one too. I only have a +1. Somebody else has
Same
got a
here.
better.
Okay.
He said intelligence or wisdom.
What about you, Aurora? Lux?
Aurora?
Do you have a decent intelligence or wisdom
Let me check.
with your high elfness?
I think I do actually.
You do have a high wisdom.
I do.
Probably a decent intelligence too.
Mhm.
Yes.
No, they're trying to see if they can recall anything about the activities and routines of the Drow and the schedules. So if you
Best
wanna,
time to break out,
yeah.
aka.
So if you want to help them with that, make a wisdom or intelligence check.
Let's
We got an
do-
18 up there.
My intelligence, man.
Yeah.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Oh, there you go.
Oh wow!
Jesus. Oh, don't mind me.
Dang.
I just rolled an 18. That was it.
No, you both. Well, these are two different things.
So we know things.
So
Seems like
Takel
we might know
knows something in particular.
Ooh.
Takel, you're an artificer. You're good with numbers. You've noticed something in particular. You've noticed how many Drow are in this facility, this compound. Let's see. So, you know. Where are they? Sorry, I'm trying to give you the exact number. I had it here somewhere. There are about 21 warriors in total
Okay.
that you're aware of. However, not including Quagop.
Okay.
So, of the 4 you've seen, that brings the number
Plus
up to
the-
about 25. So,
Plus that leader guy, and she's probably around someplace.
she's
You said 22?
25.
25.
about 21 Drow that you're aware of. 4
Drow.
Quagoffs that you are also aware of. That being said, there are a lot of activities that have been going on as of late. Blah, blah, blah.
So with all,
Uh,
So when would be the best time for us to break
Well-
out if we with what we know?
Well, Aurora would know a little bit more about this as you guys are trying to piece information together. Aurora, you know that usually in the dead of night, and by the dead of night, late day, because there's no way to tell time, there is a very meager skeleton crew that patrols the bridges. Everyone else, for the most part, is dead asleep, as they are not afraid of you all trying to break out because you can't use magic and you're all bound. So there's a very loose skeleton crew, and that time would be in just a few hours.
Is there any way for us to get our chains off?
That's what I was going to attempt Ray next anyway again. Attempt once, so maybe I listen.
I would say, if you want to try again, go ahead and make a roll.
Excuse me. Oh man.
14. About the same. You seem like you're getting the hang of it,
Yep.
but you also notice as you're trying, you almost fully bend the fork in a way that makes it usable one more time.
And then I'll hand it over to Kel and be like, man, listen to this. Before, see if he can pop his first.
Oh, you want me? Okay. You want me to give it a shot?
Yeah.
I guess I can give it a shot. Want me to roll a sleight of hand too?
Yeah.
Nope.
Damn it.
In your attempt, the fork breaks. Your final attempt with it. Jim Jar says, "God damn it!"
and then
I
I'll
should have
hand
took
over.
the
Dart.
odds on that.
Yeah, I'll throw it to the gym jar and say, "Open the damn door" with the dart.
I mean, it's broken now. I mean, how?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I used my fork. I was
Yeah,
took it.
Yeah, that was the
the-
fork. After 3 attempts, the fork has become unusable.
Yeah, I think Kreth gave me a dart, and I was gonna give it back to
Oh, so you're gonna give
Jim
the dart
Jar.
to Jim Jar?
Or somebody's got a piece of like a little dagger or something that maybe with the tip.
Yeah, Kraith gave it to me, and I was feeling really confident. And then after the ship broke, I was like, "Well, the one dude said he could get us out of here," so I just tossed him the dart and see if he can get us the hell out.
Creth has the little bolt. I have the thing that was like a dagger.
Okay.
Okay. So
Can
you're
we?
giving it to Jim Jar?
I'm giving up basically.
Okay.
Jim Jar, is he trying to get us out of the chains?
It's up to you guys. You give it to Jim Jar.
I'm kind of giving up and letting you guys take over. I'm sitting
Giving
down,
him one of the
mad.
bolts.
I'll try to.
Because if we're going to
mine.
break out of the door, it would be nice to be out of the chains as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we got a couple hours before maybe we can get out of our chains, and then we can focus on getting out of the door, and then we have a chance. Because if we get out of the door and we're all chained up, it's going to be tough. So maybe we could focus on getting out of our chains right now. How can we get out of our chains?
Listen, give me whatever it is you have, and I will free you of your chains. Or
I got a spider, Jim Jar. Whatever your name is. What do you want me to do? Here's you want my spider, Bupido, whoever you are.
okay, how about this? 50 gold, I get you out of your chains. I don't get you out of your chains. I give you back. He starts looking through his pockets. 45 gold.
So basically, you just keep a 5% tip, basically.
Okay, fine. The math is hard. 50 gold, I get you out. 50 gold, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Give me.
Oh no. Well, I have to owe it to you. I don't have it on me.
The tool.
The tool. I don't have any tool. I only have a spider. I thought
The
somebody else
bolt.
had the tool.
Yeah,
I can
Ray
use a
gave me the
spider.
bolt.
You want me to break you out with the spider or what? What do you want to
No, you have the bolt.
Oh, okay. Oh, thanks. All right. He takes the bolt. Okay. Listen, I learned this back on Katla. He just starts rolling up his sleeves and starts fiddling with it. Starts trying to jiggle his way into it. You know, the Sultan himself taught me this one. You know. Oh shit. Wait, can you guys see my rolls?
No.
Why does it say two GM? Hold on. Oh my god. I'm not making it up. It is on stream. What I rolled. 100%. But because for some reason it is hidden, I will stream real quick for you guys just so you can see that I'm not lying.
It's either a natural 20 or a nat 1.
Yeah.
I want to see what I rolled real quick.
Natural 20. He got 24.
You got a nat 20.
Not scripted at all. I don't know why I don't know why Jim Jar's thing is why is it a 2 GM? Hold on. Hide? No, not hide.
It's just goddamn.
Yeah, why is it? That's weird. Anyway, Jim Jar goes and he's just like, "Yep, I learned this from the Sultan himself. He lost 2 bagels and a goat for this one." And he's just jiggling it through, and voila, Jim Jar is free of his shackles. And he goes and he points to you. You owe me 50 gold, sir.
Coming right up after you get me out of my shackles.
Okay, that wasn't part of the deal, but oh, God. All right, sit. Okay, stop moving. Stop moving. All right. Why are my rolls hidden? Hold on, sorry. I'm having a DM moment. Why? Hold on, let me. Sorry, I gotta go on roll 20. Why? Roll 20. Why are my rolls hidden? What? How to hide? I don't want to hide my rolls. You guys got to see the other rolls before this, right?
Nope.
No.
Wait, no.
Nope.
God damn it. Okay, so this has been going on. I thought it was just jar. How the dungeon? What the fuck? Monster rolls are hit? Huh? The
There
solution.
was one. You did roll 1d3 once.
Oh, that was like the other way. Oh, it's on the master sheet. Unhide roll. Okay, my bad. Why is it? Sorry. NPC rolls auto roll damage. Wait. Okay. Anyway, long story short, he rolled a 23.
Oh, nice.
So
Right.
you also are free of your shackles. Let me try to figure out how to fix this. Continue as you guys will. So you two are now unshackled.
I don't have a very good sleight of hand and nothing much to work with, but I can try to unshackle some other people.
Why?
I'll take that. Try. I'll hold my hands out. See if you can unshackle me.
Hold
Maybe the
on.
two-
Jim Jar is lucky, but not this lucky.
Watch this guy roll like 4 straight nat 20s.
Yeah, well,
Jim Jar's all right in my book so far, and I owe him 50.
and you do, and he will collect. Always roll advantage. Do not name PC. Yeah, show.
As
Everything
soon as
says
I get it,
show.
I will gladly
maybe
pay you Tuesday.
maybe you gotta refresh roll 20 whenever you set everything to show.
Roll 20. Yeah, let me try this. One second. Yes, there we go. Make GM roles public. Oh, is there a way? I'm seeing. Okay. Oh, I have to do it in the settings. Okay, fine. For now, we're good. I just thought you guys were seeing my roles before. That's why I was confused. Because at the moment it said to GM. And I was like, wait. Okay. So with that, Jim Jar, who's next?
I think Kreth.
Chris?
I was
Okay.
next. Yeah.
That's 12. You go as he's trying to jiggle it through. He goes, you can't make a guy perform and keep doing it. After the first time, every now and then I got a second round, but a third round, I mean, you're just pushing it, and the bolt does not go through, and a piece of it chips off, making it more difficult now to lockpick.
Nice try.
There's nothing else around that we can use as a lockpick that's bits of metal, anything on the floor, in the cells, something that we can try to get the rest of these guys unlocked.
Can you investigate the way the lock is, the lock mechanism, now that 2 of them are unlocked?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
I don't think my investigation is that high, but
I'm not too bad. I have a +3 investigation.
Okay.
Did it roll?
I clicked it. You can roll too.
You both roll.
No, you roll. Ha! My investigation failed.
You both take some time to look at them, but right now,
And that's with the +3.
It might as well look like a new invention at this point, as you just don't understand how the locks work or how to discern them. Very briefly, though, Aurora, looking at it, maybe if you just had something to fit the lock, you could just continuously try at this point.
Can I do like an intelligence check or something on these rooms to figure out how they work, or if I can somehow if we can somehow mess them up so we can get our magic back or something?
You would know that the runes that are preventing you from doing that are located on the outside of the door, not inside this
okay,
chamber.
okay.
The shackles around
Damn it.
your hands and legs are meant for a few reasons. In this world of magic, obviously to keep your hands together from fighting back too much, but also to keep it more difficult to do certain somatic incantations.
Okay.
Yeah.
How good is y'all's acting skills?
No.
I can act pretty well.
So
Charisma?
we
Which one is
we
that?
have two of y'all free, Jim Jar and Orgoth, I'm pretty sure.
I,
Yep.
Prince Darendel, am a phenomenal actor, if I do say so myself. I have been to the theater 3 times in my life.
Noble.
Do y'all think
Not
it would be
quite minuscule.
possible if we could fake somebody either getting sick or dying and having
I'll
the
do
crowd
it.
come in, but around the time when it's like the skeleton crew, so we can have like only 1 or 2 of the guards, and then we can outnumber them, kill the one with the keys, and we can set ourselves
Get everybody
free.
unchained.
I can serve
Yeah.
as a decoy. She did scratch my face.
If y'all
And
think
she
it's
did
possible.
You Aurora would be. Aurora is your character name.
Yeah.
Aurora would be the best choice because they really want her for a special reason. The rest of us are
Yeah.
just meat.
Right. And she scratched me. So I can just feign that it's gonna scar. And then hopefully they come in.
Okay,
And
I don't
y'all
think
do
they're gonna
something.
come in measly because you have a small scratch
Did she say
above
you were pretty or
your
not?
eye.
Did she? Did she say you're pretty? I don't think
Yes,
so.
she said you're
You're
pretty,
not
but
worth
I don't. They're gonna
anything. You're
overlook the
not worth
one little
anything
scar.
though. But you're not worth anything.
I don't care if I'm not
Right,
worth
but you're gonna
anything.
pretend you're dying, so that
Right.
they come in. Yeah, okay.
Because I'd rather die than look like him.
And then you.
So
Prince
start the
Darendel goes behind you. Creffy goes.
Orgoth is 6'4" and not very good looking. He just shrugs. He's like, I don't know, whatever.
Prince Darendel comes behind you. Creffy goes. I believe that's what your people call a burn.
Ray with taking all that time, but try to pick his luck. He's feeling rage is stop, so he takes his fingers and puts it underneath it, and maybe break them. Strength
Go ahead.
this
Yeah,
time.
make a strength check.
Yeah, thank you. Come on. Oh, I did not mean to do that, but it didn't help.
Dang.
That's a strength save.
As you're feeling your rage starts to fade, your body just tenses, and you just use the last bit of that extra sense of adrenaline and urgency, and it hurts. You do take 1 point of damage, and just as the bars or the chains just squeeze out, bend, and dissipate. You are still shackled, but you are no longer bound together.
Cool.
You have the manacles around you, but you can stretch your arms. You can wield a weapon without disadvantage. You are free, as one could be, still stuck in a cell.
And my rage dropped. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Ront looks at you.
Well, you did take damage.
Yeah.
You take 1 point of damage, so you can keep
Yeah.
raging if you wish.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, missed that part.
It's even if you get hit or get taking damage, you can still rage.
Nice.
Ront is going to look at you, Ray, and as you are probably, actually, I would say maybe even Kref are kind of close to Ront. He just very briefly pushes his arms apart, and his shackles fall to the ground as well.
Okay.
However, it doesn't seem as if he just forced them open now. Rather, perhaps Ront has probably loosened his shackles much earlier.
Hey,
Oh, he's
tough
been
guy.
waiting. You've
Now,
been
how
waiting
did you
for
get
us.
those
Yeah, he was
off?
ready to go.
Do the same for me.
Well, at least
So-
there's 4 of us that can.
Ront does a smirk and then like stands at the posture of any other strong man. Ront always has plan.
Now let me out, big guy. You're not going anywhere without the rest of us.
The first body has already dropped. My offer rescinded.
I didn't ask you to save me. I just asked you to take me out the shackles.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, damn.
There it goes.
Can't deny a pretty face.
He looks. He's not as interested now as the pretty face, but at seeing that you actually now have a scar on your face, you bleed. I bleed. And he goes and he grabs your shackles and starts to pull them apart with all his strength and pops the chains apart. Still manacled together. I mean, still have manacles on, but they are no longer chained together. And you are now also free.
Did he free me as well? Or I gotta ask him?
I would help
could ask
Reth
him.
and Takel. Two closest to me for sure.
I'm gonna. Okay, so who else has their manacles off, by the way, just so I can.
I do.
That's Takel, right?
No, that's Orgoth.
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 Orgoth
yeah.
has his off. Aurora, Ray, Jim Jar. That's it, right?
And Ronk.
Ronk.
Ront and Ront.
Yeah.
Or Ront.
Ront.
Bopido in the corner goes, as they start to break free of the shackles of the body, they are still shackled here by their own will. As they all still don't understand, the door is still closed. Eldef will go, shut up! Okay, a lot of you have now, as she just starts lowering her tone again, a lot of you are now free, and I want to get out of here too. So what is the plan? Are we waiting for them to go to sleep? Because I am not going to that dread awful city. I will not be a slave here or there.
Who said this?
Well, I don't really care what you do.
The little redheaded dwarf. Yeah.
Now you're
Oh,
talking to
wait.
us.
Yeah, I'm about to say, oh, now you want to talk.
Now you're talking to us.
Listen,
Miss High and Mighty.
Shackles,
I
door,
kept my cards
sleep,
close to the chest.
push.
I know something that you all don't know, and that is why I'm going with you.
Can't I just ask Mushy to tell me what it is?
Stool just is none. You guys just don't know, but Stool's just been lifelessly just sleeping in the corner.
Oh my god.
I'm wondering how he's
Is
chained.
Stool free?
He needs
Can
to
we
be
free
quiet.
Stool? That's a
No, he needs to be quiet. He needs to stay asleep.
Stool is manacled by his 4 feet. What do you mean? Of course he's manacled.
Okay.
All right, I'll attempt to pop
Special mushroom manacles. I didn't ever.
Takel's
Yep.
manacles, or his manacles anyway. I'll attempt to pop them since I'm still raged. I'll attempt my little claws in there.
Wait, can't it? Before you do that, I want to talk to you. Who's the one that Root? I remember his name.
Ront.
Rot. I want to talk to him to say, now that you broke these out, I think the best plan is to get everyone out. The more bodies we have, the more successful it would be. Or chance of success of at least one of us getting out of here.
I don't
Yeah, help.
I don't need everyone to get out of here.
Well, at least you'll have human or whatever shields. You know? You don't have to care, but
It's only gonna help.
it's only gonna help you free everyone.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. Since people are helping you, and at this point, he's kind of starting to see he could use a bit more cannon fodder on his way out.
God damn.
Oh, finally.
Wow.
Fine. And Rance and the rest of you, over the course of the next 10 minutes, are all free of your chain.
All right, rush
No,
door,
that
rush
wasn't that hard,
guards.
big guy.
So I was curious, is the plan, are we doing the whole faking dying thing, or trying to get a guard in so we can get the keys?
Yes.
Do we have
Oh,
any
what's
way
your
of just
reason?
picking the lock right now, or is it, that's not out? That's out of the question.
Did you
Well-
say you wanted Ray to knock someone out?
I know. I
Well,
said,
I
can we?
have to sit in the back.
Oh,
I'll cry for help. You tell them that I'm crying for help. And then,
I could slash a
naturally,
mushroom.
you have to come inside. I'll just pretend that I'm too mortified to be looked at through the bars on the door. You know?
Who goes to help Bopito?
At the front gate.
No,
That-
Bopito with his shackles.
I thought we freed everyone. He's all
No,
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
Ray will.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, you go over to help Bopito. And you notice something. Bopito doesn't have shackles on.
you are a spy, aren't you? Or extremely diseased. One or the other.
I said we put the mushroom on top of.
Can I befriend Raw?
Can you what?
Can I befriend him?
What do you mean befriend him?
Like, now that everyone's free,
No.
and I want him to come. Well, yes.
Oh, you mean Ron?
Just for assistance. Yes, him. Whatever his name is.
Well, who?
Can
I need to know.
Yeah,
Ron.
Ronk.
Ron.
The
The one
orc.
who, yes, him. Big guy.
I mean, you've done enough to try to get him on your side. He doesn't seem to be interested. He is being receptive of you now for your requests, but to befriend, you might need something else for that.
Does Ray tell everybody about Bopito not having shackles?
Yeah, I think this guy doesn't have shackles.
Bopito,
Man is just about to pass out anyway.
Bopito, would you like to explain why you're the one with no shackles?
Bopito just looks at the door glazingly as you ask that question.
He's
Bopito is
ready
not.
to go.
Bopito is not a prisoner. Bopito goes where he pleases.
His mother. Anywho, so you could have gone out this entire time?
If Bopito wanted to.
You are a piece of work.
And
Now, how do
why
we
don't-
open the door?
And why don't you want to now?
I don't care if he wants to stay. Let him open the door.
Make an
Yeah,
insight
lead
check.
the way.
Ooh, who's making insight?
Can I intimidate him? Lead the way. Jackass.
Ooh, can I persuade him?
Whomever wishes to get Bopito to speak.
You're on a
their-
roll with the persuasion.
But
Knock it. Go
I
for
would
it.
I would say this is an insight check.
Yeah, I don't have insight.
Do I have insight?
You
Got
should.
some insight. I got +2.
Oh, we'll see how it goes. Probably not good. Well,
In trying to discern Bopito, Bopito is still staring at that door. Bopito sits there and says, Bopito's no prisoner. Bopito goes where he pleases. Bopito is safe here. For now.
safe here. So what's going on outside?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Or I'm going to ask the mushroom what's going on outside and have him pick your brain.
Did it?
19.
Go
For the
hard
first
up.
For the first time, Bopito raises his head and looks into your eyes. You see only white orbs looking back through you, and you see a flash. You see a tremendous amount of noise. You hear people screaming. You hear tears of clothes being ripped off. You see and feel tears pouring from your eyes. You see just a slaughter. And then you flick back, and Bupito is no longer looking at you, and he's looking at the door.
Open it.
Let's think about it for a second. So what exactly did you just show me?
That's how we got here.
What?
Either how he got here or
What
what's
are
to
some
come.
what
Well,
was going on
he only
outside?
shows it to
Yeah.
Aurora.
Yeah.
So which one should I roll to inquire more about what he just showed me?
You can make a wisdom check. That would be a save, but overall, still,
Which one is
you-
that? Is it this?
it's fine. That
Oh.
would be it. But regardless, in attempting to discern it, whatever you saw was not good. Could be the past, could be the future.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Well, he's not willing to help us now.
Is he not?
He seems to just be a spectator.
All right. Well, I'll pick him up and put him closer to the door and see if.
Can I ask him one more thing?
As he's getting picked up and dragged to the gate.
Maybe I'll ask you to put him down so I can ask him. You know, let him feel comfortable. But I know that he doesn't feel safe going out, but can he tell us a way to safely navigate out?
With his head basically against the door, Eldef will interject and be like, "We don't need him. I know the way out of these tunnels. We're going to my home. This is the safest place in the Underdark."
Yet you were captured. Let me ask him what I'm asking him.
Damn.
Ooh, she's a spicy one.
God damn.
Pupito looks up into your eyes and says, "If you go out there, you will die. If Pupito goes out there, you will still die."
That still doesn't explain how we get out of here.
Spoken like a true prisoner.
Shushar speaks up and goes, I know a way out. I know I can take us to my home in the Dark Lake. We can go to Shoopladoop. This is where
Yes.
my people are, and we are very friendly. They would reward you handsomely for my return."
That sounds like a good idea.
Just get the door open. Oh, my bad.
So who you said for him to open it? Pupito?
Yes. Yeah.
He
Not
Does
Pupito,
it-
the other guy.
oh,
Jim Jar.
Oh, me?
You trust this idiot? Wow.
Well, he natural 20.
Whoa.
He was dexterous the last time I saw him. Tool.
He did okay the first couple moves.
I'm not saying to get us out, but where is he going to take us? To our death of
No,
our
he's
own
not,
death?
he's just got to get out the door. This redhead and
Fine, have him open the
the
door.
fish man knows how to get us out of here.
Jim Jar is a very talented man, and he's not even a man at that. Me? I can be anyone. I can be anyone, and you wouldn't even know it. That's how good Jim Jar is.
Oh, spicy little one. All right.
Wait till I get my disguise kit.
Okay.
Bugbear in a disguise kit.
Okay. So what am I doing? Am I breaking us out now? Am I trying this? Or are we waiting?
I don't know. Just trying to figure out.
Let's go.
I got you back.
I think Pupito's the better option. If that's who that one is. Well,
He keeps ignoring me and looking at the ceiling.
He doesn't want. He's not engaging.
Pupito is very much uninterested in the outcome. He's very uninvested in what is about to happen. So, Jim Jar is going to attempt to lockpick out now, or are you guys waiting? I'm just making sure.
We waited our 2 hours, you would think, with all the shackles.
You guys can to make sure that you're at the time frame you want, or you can attempt to go now.
Yeah, I'll
Time
say let's
frame.
wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wait. You wait some.
Optimal time frame.
Okay. So you all take some time in trying to prepare yourselves. You do have one more chance to break the to attempt the lockpick with
Yeah.
the dagger you have. So you're giving the dagger to Jim Jar, correct?
I mean, unless anybody has better skill level on what would be the thing. Sleight of hand, I think you said.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I've
plus
got a
four.
-1. It's not my
I'm
thing.
plus
I'm not
four,
doing it.
but Jim Jar's been on it.
Yeah. Let me see.
Wait,
Uh,
sleight of hand? I could try it. I don't know if I'm gonna be that good at it. What am
I
I
have a
trying to do?
-1.
Yeah, I'm plus four. I should
You have the
do.
best shot.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have less than 4, so yeah.
Okay. How about this? Boulder parchment shears.
That's great. Boulder parchment shears.
Okay, pops.
I just feel like Ray was. I called dibs on Boulder.
I
Boopy
already got it.
go shears. Wait, can you guys see what I just typed too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you
We
can
see
hear what I
that.
typed though. That's weird.
See what you type. Boulder beats shears, right?
Oh
Yeah.
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 Damn it. Jim Jar always chooses shears. All right, he gives you the dagger, and feel free to go for the lockpick.
Where's the dude with the guidance?
Right? I mean, it would have worked. Okay. You start taking your chance at going through with your fingers and your arms through the pipe, the bars, and it's a tight fit, but it's not that what makes it harder for you. You guys have spent a good amount of time thinking about this. You've at least gotten free and you have an idea you want to go tonight before you are taken out and whisked away to Menzo Brand. But what you didn't really take into consideration, Ray, is as you start to put your hand through it, you notice a hand pulls the dagger very calmly out of your hand. And you see that there is a scarred drow looking at you in the face. And
I
he
got enough
also
time.
notices that you are all sort of standing there like a football squad, looking at Ray try to lockpick it while all of you are unshackled.
Down with my shackles, back on.
Can I try to grab him and grapple him toward me? But if I've made my move, that is completely okay.
I would say make a dexterity check. Just straight dex, just to see your speed.
Nope.
Oh,
You see that he is taking it out of your hand, and you go to grab it, and he pulls it back. Not as fast still, but dramatically, as matter of factly.
And smacks me on the hand.
As you all feel that sense of failure in this moment, it is a male drow in an elite warrior outfit. Scarred face making him look a bit less well kept.
Oh.
You're a big man, trying to be so dexterous.
You know what it is when there's an animal in a cage.
Oh gosh.
He takes the dagger, twiddles with it, not show-offingly. He's a man of stature. He looks at the group of all of you. Seems you've done quite a lot. in these last couple of hours. Why? I'm afraid of going to the grand city of Menzo Barrington to be sold off to the highest bidders.
Was he the one we saw where he was the scarred face guy, and he was the one, I think it was like disappointment or like loneliness or whatever, because she kissed another drow?
In
Or
a
was
way,
that the drow that she kissed?
not the Drow she kissed, no.
Okay.
Definitely not.
So it was the other one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that was looking on jealously.
Yes.
Well, I. Well. You and I both know you're not happy with Elmira. Are you not?
He wants you in particular. You seem to
Mm.
be very important to somebody.
But that's not the question. Don't you want to be important to her?
I was just about to go, but it seems she doesn't want you.
Right.
You could get revenge by letting us out of here, and then she loses her prize.
Well, I don't think you'll follow along with that.
No.
Well, we can make your odds more favorable for your lover. If you like to be down for that.
Looks at you all as you're trying to goad him into this sort of deceitful behavior. Elvira is the high priestess of love. This operation is a very important and profitable business for our people. That being said, it would be an embarrassment if you were to escape. It would be an embarrassment if you would avoid capture. It would be a bigger embarrassment as the days passed and you avoided capture, that none of you were caught.
I know a lot. Is this what he's saying?
Does sound good.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at all of you wondering if you're in agreement.
I'm just nodding. Yup.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
You
Right.
give us a chance out, you'll never see us again.
you give me my hand back, I'll give you a hand.
And you can be sure to blame her little fling.
Can I roll an insight on him?
Sure.
Damn.
Yeah. Getting them out of the way.
Though, in
Oh,
order
yeah,
to
now that you
avoid
said that, I don't trust him either.
Well, I'm using it based off of like me being a half drow and knowing about the drow and everything. I'm using the insight like that.
You would know that the entire Drow society is a matriarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Women at the top, men at the bottom, including everything from the priests, the priestesses, laborers, everything. There is for sure some truth to the. There's a lot of truth to the embarrassment when it comes to being a drow. Being shown as weak or stumbling in a station that a particular purpose, where your station requires a lot of purpose, like in this situation, well, Arvara is corralling fresh prisoners to Menzo Branson, would be an embarrassment.
Mm-hmm.
for you all to avoid recapture, that is where the actual embarrassment comes from. And the longer you were to avoid capture would continuously diminish her her respect, her resolve, everything, her status. So
Well, help
he's
it.
No,
he's
But
looking
I,
at you all in agreement of hoping you understand that.
I do want to
Oh, I
play on that
understand
though.
completely.
Can I ask him stuff?
Sure.
Now, in order for this plan to work, we're going to need to know a few things in order to avoid recapture.
Mm.
Our stuff.
Right. So, if you so happened to give us information on where to go, times that things are happening.
I I don't think he was trying to like explain to us. I might be wrong. I don't know if the DM wants to, but I think he was trying to explain to us what like the embarrassment is if he lets us go. Not he's going to let us go.
Right, but I'm trying to persuade him to do it in order to get his love. But if he lets us out and it was on the guards that she kissed, then he could blame that drow, and all of that can fall on him,
Yeah,
and then he can make
Yeah.
his move. You know,
yeah.
big brain it.
He stands there and crosses his arms.
I just want my stuff.
Make a make a persuasion check. Both Ray and
Oh.
Aurora. As he crosses his arms.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
You rolled a perception, not a persuasion.
No, I did. That's what I was apologizing.
Oh, I thought you were apologizing for the low roll.
He looks at you, Ray, and
Damn
goes,
glasses.
"You're strong enough. You'll manage. As for you, I would avoid the northern tunnel that leads to our grand city. And if you make your way towards Menzoberranzan, you will be caught. I assure it. You are best to take the west or southern passage. That is all." He starts to turn around, and as he stops, he pulls out from one of his breast plates a key. And he slowly places it on the railing of the door and says, "Wait 1 hour." And starts to walk away.
1 hour sounds awesome.
I don't trust that. Wait 1 hour so what? He can bring everybody over here to play us.
No, he just doesn't want us to attack him.
Or devil's advocate, it could just be that the guy's shift. Either way, we could pretend to be in here or leave. I say give enough time for him to get far enough away,
Exactly. So let's get out of
and
here.
then we can leave.
Give him like 10 minutes.
10 minutes may be a little too quick. Anyway, what is the plan once we're all out? We can't go to the north, and we shouldn't head to wherever the slave capital is.
Well, we're gonna have to make our way to the rope bridge, right, and go over to whatever and go south.
Right. So, do you have any idea how to get there?
Yeah, the redhead and the fish guy knows. Yeah, and we already went past all these things once or twice because we've been here, right? DM.
You all would know a few things about how to get out of here. Unfortunately, you all arrived here via a very tiny elevator that would not fit all of you on the first trip down. More unfortunately, it would take you through more of the compound. It is, if you're looking at the map, it is that number 5 on the Velkynelve side view.
Hey, listen, it's a skeleton crew time. If we're gonna get to it, it's the best way out of here. Best time to do it.
Are we sure that it's a skeleton crew everywhere or just here?
Say that again? What?
Is there a skeleton crew everywhere? Or is it just in the area that we're being held? Because aren't we being held in 11 or 12?
You're
And we
being
need to
held
make our
in
way.
number 11. You know of a guard that protects number 13, which is the Overlook. And as for skeleton crew, you just know that there are fewer drow on guard at around this time than normal. Don't know the numbers.
Right. So we don't know anything past 11.
Listen, Jinjar has an idea.
Go to 11 and then go to 12 and push the guard.
Well, that could work to create a distraction, but that'll be not all of us going.
It seems like we're going north.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're trapped. We can't go past that anyway. There's no way out over there.
Just north is Minzo Branson.
North is everything bad.
Right. But if you want
So
to create a diversion,
that would
sure.
only
But I don't.
drag everybody towards us.
Right. But to 13.
Right, but we're in the middle, so they're
Yeah,
going to come past us to get to 13.
Right. But then most
Yeah.
likely it'll be more of a skeleton crew going towards 5. The problem would be how to sneak past the commotion at 13. If they even have a commotion. I don't know if they really care if someone dies.
I mean, you do have the roaring sound of the waterfall.
What's in number 10? Have we been in number 10?
Number 10, you do know, is a bit of a route through to the where the guards sort of. Let's see.
10 is a place full of drow. It's one of their
Oh,
main locations.
10 is the guard tower. There seems to be the rope bridges that connect the slave pen walkway to it, and then it connects to the priestess tower. You do know that it is a small chamber, but this is basically where they hold up most of the guard duty. You would know also that they're in guard tower 10. This would be where most of the equipment is held. You have seen multiple times them keep an eye on the upper chamber, which is considered the armory. However, you would also know it is most likely guarded.
Yeah.
So remember, there's 2 floors. Number 10 would be the watch outpost, and then above 10 would be the armory itself.
And we don't know what's in the armory. Could be some stuff that could help us, or we can skip it.
I mean, with all of us, we could basically just bum rush them all.
Yeah, I like that plan.
me too.
Hold your horses, because if I'm not mistaken, some of you are injured, right?
When we get out this door, maybe
Yeah, some of us are injured, but it's like we have to take the chance.
We need some weapons. We need something to get past. I mean, if we can get to 10 and we can get some weapons, then it gives us a better chance to move to the next spot. And if we can do it quietly, even better.
I have an idea. Now, the half-drow, I feel like would be better at sneaking. If we can get him in, we can put on some armor and walk more freely, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps he can sneak the stuff down without creating alarm.
Perhaps, but carrying all of it would be difficult.
And suspicious.
And
Well,
not
can
only
you
that,
scope out the area first?
I mean, yeah, if we could we could send a couple to scout and like stealth it.
I got your
Well,
back.
you and someone else will be better at stealthing it.
We could
I feel
try
like
that.
the rest of us would be very noticeable.
Jim Jar would be pretty stealthy.
Cool.
If you trust him, take him with you.
I'm not
But
stealthy.
oh,
Yeah, that's
well,
fine. Then.
Jim Jar
It's
is
not
very
my thing.
stealthy. I am
So,
I
quick
knew
and
he would
quiet.
be.
what we really need
I
is
am
to
in
get
and out. They would never know I was there.
what we
Um,
really need
I need
is to get
big,
some
but I'm
type of
sneaky.
view of whatever is going on
yeah,
in those areas.
yeah.
So, if you or whoever wants to go with you, because you are the least likely to be picked up on, can get that information, then we can make a plan from there.
Do you want
I want to what?
to push me around as you're
I
the
could.
guard? You're the
You want me?
guard, and I'm the prisoner.
You want me to play it as that?
Well,
Yeah. I mean, we could try it. I just don't have any of the armor or anything that they wear.
That's why we need you not to do
Yeah,
that now. We
uh,
just want to know if you'll be able to get a view
I
of
could
what's going on in
try. I
there.
can't guarantee it, but I can try. And I see what your point is, that I'm more capable because I'm a half drow.
Hmm.
I just can't be seen. Like I can't have them look at me really good and see that I'm a half drow.
Exactly. It is a risk,
So
but it's a risk I'm willing to take.
I
Unless anyone
try.
else has any other plans. It's just a
I-
plan.
I like the bum rush, bum rush the tower. Just kind of sneak across as far as we can get in there and
But
see what we can do.
I also feel like they might have like horns or alarms or something they can sound to warn everybody.
Right.
Sure, they do.
Yeah. So if we bum rush them, then they're all just gonna bum rush us.
And then we'll be stuck because they can come from both sides.
did you
Well,
guys
there's nobody coming from the other side. There's one guy.
There's still 12, even though there's 1 and 13.
I think
12 is the Quaggoths.
Well-
They're penned up.
well, also in the camp in total that I know of, there's 21 drow.
So then
which-
we only know where
Well,
1
which
is.
camp is that one?
Right.
So-
So
the
there's
numbers-
still
supposedly the
20 on
skeleton
count of
crew.
Drow.
I don't know. You want to try to sneak in and see how many are there?
I
At
could
least
try.
10.
The rest of us still have to get across the bridge after you find out. So
It's at
maybe you
this,
can
Yeah.
hold up your hand.
It's at this
So.
time I will ask you all, without changing anything, which one of you in the party took the key?
I probably would have because I had my hand up.
Make a perception check.
All right.
Yeah, we don't even know if that key's going to work.
Not good.
Can we give the key to someone else to do it?
It's at the time where you start thinking about the key, when you all hear the door slowly close and relock. And on the other side of the door is Jim Jar.
Yeah.
Jim Jar says, I am so sorry. You guys have great plans, great ambition. I'm rooting for all of you. 10 gold, still Prince Derendale first of all. But Jim Jar going to take an opportunity to go first. I will I will scout ahead. I will check everything. I probably won't be back, but at the very least, I will know where they are, and I'm not even going to screw you. I'm going to place the key right here. You'll get it in just a few moments. I am sorry, but it is what it is, my friends. It was great doing business. It was great having fun times with you. I love all of you to death. Mwah, kisses. But be safe and
1 gold to
You
get it
still need the
closer.
key?
Say that again?
1 gold for the key to be closer?
That is not a bet.
No, I've got 1 gold right now, for you to push
Ah,
key a little closer, just a little closer.
the gold is not why Jim Jar does it. Jim Jar does it for
Jim
the thrill.
Jar, you're gonna lose your 50 that I owe you.
Listen, I will find you because
Yeah,
Jim
you better
Jar.
don't find me if you leave me in here.
Listen, Jim Jar
Not
always
gonna go
collects
well
his
for you.
desk. We are going to meet in another life, my friend. Trust me. He places the key down, not exactly within arm reach, just outside. Maybe with a little bit of time, one of you could get to it. Jim Jar starts to back up and slowly goes across the rope bridge, and you see him look left and right, and Jim Jar flips over and jumps off the rope bridge out of
Oh,
sight.
into the webs? Okay.
Out of sight.
Out
And
of
Jim
sight,
Jar is gone.
The
Well,
webs.
Do recall
Interesting.
there are webs.
Okay, so crazy thought. We know there's a lot of Drow 10, right? Why don't we let Rock in and just let him wreak havoc in it?
We got to get out this door now, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I say we get out this door and then we sneak over to 10, and because I mean, we can jump on webs or whatever, but we still 10's got weapons. So you got to look at it. I'm
Right.
thinking.
Ront bangs against the door as he's now aggravated. We've waited so long that an opportunity has slipped past his fingers, and he's going for the key. He puts his arm through, trying to grab the key.
Good.
He's trying to reach hard. He's spreading out. He's pushing himself ragingly now. He's pushing against it and starting to make a lot of noise as he's trying to grab at this key.
Do we have a
Yeah,
piece
big
of
boy.
rope or something where we can tie something onto it and drag the key to us somehow, and MacGyver it?
Here's a big piece of hair off me. It's the best I can.
The chain that was on our shackles.
Yeah, right. A shackle, and just kind of use the shackle to drag the key to us.
See if I can.
Shushar walks through all of you and goes, "Wait. It is my turn." And like the chosen one, he walks towards the door.
I pull Ront back.
Ront makes some room. Shushar goes frog stance in front of the door. Breathes in. And then with lightning fast reflexes like Toad from the X-Men, shoots out his tongue, grabs the key, and brings it back into his mouth.
Well, that came in handy.
I like this guy. I like this fish guy.
And he pulls it off with his webbed fingers. He pulls it out of his tongue. He goes, "At your service."
Unlock it and I'll follow you out, good sir.
Okay.
Yeah, you got my protection.
Good, because I was starting to think, and as he says that, you all hear a sound.
Yeah.
As you hear a horn blasting from the outpost just to the north of your walkway, it resoundingly echoes throughout the chamber. You start to hear as it muffles out. You don't know why it's happening or what's going on, but as you hear the echoing, it blasts again. You just hear the horn twice now, blaring out. Bupido slowly walks back to his mound and sits down away from the door.
Well,
Yeah, because we know the Bupido's move. I don't know.
well,
Where's the sound coming from? 10 or someplace other than 10?
From 13.
Yeah, he's
The
probably
sound's
sounding
coming
a
from
horn.
13.
Yeah, he's probably sounding a horn from either like
lookout.
yeah, the lookout is.
He probably saw, what's his face? Jim Jar.
You see coming down the rope bridge 2 drow that look like they're coming straight at the door with all of you in your chambers. As you gain some anxiety, the drow are pushing straight across the bridge in panic towards the door. And as they get towards the door with all of you in it, they make a hard left and start making their way north to 13.
Okay, this is our chance.
Chance to run to 10, right?
Yep,
Yep.
this is our
Yeah.
chance to run to 10.
While all of them
100%.
are distracted, we
Let's
go
make a
raise
move to
their
10.
stuff.
Let's open this door.
Okay.
Open the door and we dash
Come
to
on.
10.
Does anyone
on,
know how to?
Frog.
When we get there, we'll see.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Bopito before we leave, and I'm just gonna like look at him, try to look him in the eyes, and just say, is it time?
Old man, here's your chance. Do
For
you
the
want in or you want out?
As Runt opens the door, can you all see outside?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me see. Hold on, I'm on the wrong layer now. You guys should be able to see now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
we can
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we're good.
perfect.
We're good.
Runt opens the door. He looks out at all of you. He prepares himself, and before he walks out, Shushar goes, "Don't mind if I do." And you guys continuously hear the drumming of now the horn going off again. You hear the drow going down the stairs past you guys now, manning to the outpost. As you're all starting to figure out what to do, Shushar goes to the edge of the bridge and goes, "Come on, we must make quick time!"
Can we do is it a person? I don't know if it's intelligence or perception to see if we can count how many drow passed the door.
2.
No, but they said more came. I don't know.
There was 4 that went totally past us.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of the 21, now we can account for 4, which means the rest of them are still there.
We're making a dash for 10, right?
Yes, we are.
Orgoth, you cross the bridge, right?
I'm going right across the bridge.
Okay, you guys run past Shushar, who stops at the bridge and points up. You guys start running across the bridge. You see ahead of you the entire cavern, the stalactites that are looming over to the other chambers. You're prepared for freedom. You see the water streaming down from the waterfall, the pool beneath you, the webbings. You see in the north side, the drow that have walked past you are manning the tiny outpost. As you see someone's blowing onto the horn, the other drow start pulling out crossbows and looking around. You look up, Orgoth, just in time to see something flying towards all of you. I would like Orgoth and Ray to make dexterity saving throws.
That's the top one, or that's in the.
Dexterity save, that should be
It should show saving throws.
Yeah, saving throws should be separate. 17 for you.
Oh, saving throws. Gotcha. Dexterity. Yep, gotcha. Come on. I could use a good luck here.
I was running so fast I ran into.
Yeah, you
Damn
guys bump each other onto the bridge and immediately see rushing through dark creatures. Bats. They're not bats. They're much bigger. They're huge. There are creatures pouring through the northern tunnel from the north, flooding this chamber. Drow immediately start raising up crossbows, shooting at these creatures as they fly off. They're like vultures. But these are not normal creatures. These are not just monstrosities or things that go bump in the night. For those of you aware, these are demons straight from the abyss, flying monstrous demons. You see coming at you and attacking the compound itself, but not just dropping on you just consistently, raining from the sky. It reaches out and claws you Orgoth for 6 points of slashing damage and continues to fly through. It is not stopping to attack you or the group. Velkynelve is under attack amidst your escape, and
How
that
do I
is
do 6
where
points of damage?
6 points. Yeah, you're gonna remove 6 points from your health. And
Yep.
with that being said, that is where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
So, thank
I am
you.
at the door though, right?
You have run across to the door of it. It is closed, but right before you were able to text to see if it's open, you have seen the assault on Velkynelve
Yep.
by these creatures. And whether they're here to attack the settlement itself or they are just passing by, this is the opportune moment for you all to try to make your escape. And that's where we're going to pick up next time, right where we left off, on the bridge, trying to escape Velkynelve during this
Nice.
attack.
Great.
So, yeah. Anyways,
Sounds good.
thank you, anybody who was watching the stream. Everybody on YouTube, you can, check this out later.